What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Trailer Park Live right here on the 2nd Street Marvel, where we're coming at you live every single Friday night at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And guys, we've been going strong here all year long. This is YouTube's premier prime time show. There is no other place to be but right here on this live stream. And again, thank you all so much for being here. I am your host, Trinity. I do greatly appreciate every single one of you being here every single Friday night to watch me flap my gums about comic books and just a whole bunch of other shit out there. Now, if this is your first time here, thank you so much for being here. And make sure you're subscribed and click the little bell and all of that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. And if this is your first time here, thank you so much for being here. And now what I usually do is I go over some of the comic books that I pulled for the week, and then I get in and interact with you all in the live chats as I go over some of the topics and just different things that I want to talk about for the week. And today is going to be no different. And today I might even have a very special guest getting ready to show up as soon as I'm done here flapping my gums about a bunch of nerdy shit. So getting right into it, this week, you know, one thing this isn't on my comic book pull list, but this was a new book being put out on Image Comics. This is Family Tree issue number 1, being written by Jeff Lemire. I have read this, obviously it's a number 1, but I just picked this up from my local comic book shop so I can do a review on this and bring this to you guys here on the channel, and let me know what you guys think about that when I get my review done. So I don't know anything about that book, I'm just telling you guys I'm going to be reviewing this one. Also, the other one I was talking about during my comic book pull list, if you guys didn't go check out that video, you should go check out my comic book pull list from Wednesday, where I announced a giveaway that I will be doing next Wednesday and how to get into it. Now, the one thing I didn't have on my pull list that was supposed to be there was this one right here. This is Trees Dark Fate issue number 3, and I believe this is 3 of 5. This is just going to be a 5-issue mini series. Now this one, I've got through the first 2 issues of this. Very interesting book here. Just weird things going on. Like one day, we pick up on the characters in the story, and then like one day, all of a sudden, like we see this lady and this guy. They're having a fight after just stuff that married couples or just couples. You don't even have to be married. Just some of the different complications that they go through, and then like all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, these tree stumps, these just like trees, boom, just like fell to the ground, killed this dude, and just like, I don't know, just some crazy shit going on here, guys. And this is issue number 3. I believe there's 2 more left in this. I'm pretty sure it's only a 5-issue miniseries, but very good. And as far as I know, I believe this series is getting ready to be turned into like a TV show or something, like on Netflix or something like that. It's been optioned, it's been bought. So I don't know, I decided to start reading this, and ever since issue number 1, it's pretty good. And I'll probably do maybe some more videos here pretty soon on the channel about that, because I haven't even done any actual reviews on that. And another one I picked up while I was at the comic book shop was right here, The Tomb of Dracula. This is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first premiere of Blade the Vampire Slayer in here, right? So hey, why not pick it up? And this is a facsimile copy, so what they do is they basically take and make it a reprint, like page for page, exactly like it was back when it first released. Like you can see the back cover there, it's got like the ads there. You can see all the different ads here in the book as well, just like they appeared in the comic when it was originally released. Again, that is The Tomb of Dracula. So I can't wait to get into that, and it looks like The Tomb of Dracula. Like I said, I'm not really big on Blade or anything. Haven't read really. I don't think I've read any Blade comics, to be honest with you. But went ahead and picked that up. I've been picking up a lot of these facsimile copies. Always cool things. And while I was at it, guys, while I was there at my local comic book shop, they lent me these to review here on the channel. That's Black Stars Above issue number 1 and Folklords issue number 1. While I was at the shop, guys, I did a review on these. The review that I did for these, I just dropped earlier this morning, like really early in the morning. You guys should go check out the review on these. These are some pretty good books. I was kind of surprised that I liked them. I wasn't for sure about this one. I went ahead and bought it anyway. Guys, it's on Vault Comics, one of my absolute favorite comic book publishers. That is, since I've started reading comic books, this has been one of my favorite publishers out there. Black Stars Above is, it's about this Native American girl and, her family and the trade that they are in, and how it's pretty much coming to an end. There's a lot of things going on in this story, and it's kind of written like a novel, and that's something that I kind of liked about it. And it's not in the superhero genre or anything. I would say maybe it's in a horror thriller type of genre. I don't know, just some pretty cool things going on in the book, guys. I think it's one you guys might want to check out if you're into some of the sort of supernatural things. And then, of course, Folklords. You guys can go check my review on it. Again, very good book. Very, like, issue number 1 was good. I mean, it made me want to read issue number 2, so I went ahead and picked it up anyway, guys. And we'll see if I'm going to continue picking it up. Now, the next ones I want to talk about, guys, are the other big ones of the week. I already dropped my review on these on Tuesday night, late Tuesday night. For you guys to read. And these are that's Fallen Angels issue number 1, and then there was X-Men issue number 2. And guys, okay, I understand if you're not into reading comic books. I understand that if you want to spend a minimum amount of on comic books, something that's good. If you want something Marvel, I don't read a whole lot of DC here. I know I need to read more. Okay, I know that, but I've been reading the Marvel. I've been deciding, kind of wrestling with what I'm going to keep pulling, what I'm not going to keep pulling. Guys, these books that are spinning out of Jonathan Hickman's kind of reboot of X-Men in the Marvel Universe have been absolutely good. And, they all have different things to offer in them. Now, I've got to say, Fallen Angels issue number 1, this one really came out of nowhere, guys. I would really suggest reading this one. So I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about this. A lot of people didn't necessarily like the art in here. And me, I actually liked the art in this one. I like the art in it. The story in here is what was so good, though. I was so surprised. Like, I wasn't expecting this book to be any good. But pretty much what we see here is we've got Psylocke here. And this is Quanon Psylocke, who is, man, she's not content on Krakoa, and we see that she's putting together a team of people who are probably, the kind of people who aren't really into the whole, peaceful times thing. There are people out there who are warriors in the mutant world, and they're there on Krakoa just kind of getting bored, and that's something that's talked about in this book. And what happens in this book is actually very good. Now, the one thing I do want to say about this book is something my brother Chillmonger actually brought up, something I haven't really thought about, but he was guessing that this might only be 5 or 6 issues, just like a small series before it goes into maybe something else, another title or something. I honestly don't know about that, but hearing his breakdown about it kind of made me think, like, you know what, he very well could be right, because just like the team here of these people going off on what they're doing, I don't see it being a lasting thing. But again, I mean, I could be wrong, he could be wrong, but it just does kind of seem like the story going on here where these people are going out to, how would you say, maybe right these wrongs in the story? I don't know. Just these warriors looking for, a war, these it just seems like, I don't know. Is it going to be an ongoing? Is it going to keep going beyond 5 or 6 or even 12 issues? I don't know. It's really hard to say. Or 10 to 12, depending on how much they're going to put in a collected edition. Really hard to say. All I know is Fallen Angels. Really, I'd say it's probably my book of the week in the story that was told and everything about it, guys. I've really liked what's been going on in the X-Men universe since Jonathan Hickman pretty much rebooted them with the House of X and Powers of X series, guys. Very good series. And then the next one that came out was the issue number 2 of X-Men. And this book right here, man, I'm telling you, it's written by Jonathan Hickman. I'm telling you, he's doing something unique in his books where it seems like a lot of the story that we're getting in them has been kind of silly, like in the X-Men books, has pretty much been revolving around Scott Summers and his family and just their whole family dynamic. A lot of weird stuff, like it seems a lot of like there's like a lot of silliness going on, no real heavy weight to them or anything, but it seems like everything that's going on in them is planting seeds that are soon gonna fucking turn into Krakoa, man. I'm telling you. I think what's going on in here, like they're masking a lot of things that are going to be happening throughout the course of these series in these books, just under just kind of some really slapsticky. I don't. It's not even slapsticky. I mean, it's just like just some like down to earth stories. You know what I mean? Just like I don't know, like a character story, like a family story with these things that are interwoven in things, just little things that are happening, tying into the other books. I just feel like there's something really big going on here, and it's been absolutely crazy. And if you guys, like I said, if you guys aren't into it, you guys, into reading, I would suggest going out and reading the House of X and Powers of X, and then reading any of these titles that are coming out. Just spinning out of those guys. It's really been good what Jonathan Hickman has been doing. He's kind of overseeing what's going on in the X-Men universe, and it's been very good. And lately, it looks like they're going to be coming out with one, maybe two books a week occasionally of the books that are tying into here, guys. I think it's one that you guys should definitely check out. I mean, if you want some good books that are well written, check them out. And I noticed something they've been doing with all these books too, is they've kind of been mixing these certain writers with these certain artists. Like maybe you have an artist that's, I don't know. For me, like I've been getting like some of them where the story has been great, the art hasn't been on point as much, or not art that I like as much, and ones that the art is really good in the story has been not been there so much. Like just my personal preferences of what there is. Not to say any of them are bad, but it's like they shook it up and just kind of mixed it up. I don't know, just in a way to get their books sold and just pushed out there, just to hopefully showcase some of the different artists and writers out there. But it's been very good. These two books were very good. Now the next thing I want to talk about here is these books right here. This is White Lily issue number 1. We've got White Lily issue number 2, issue number 3, issue number 4. This series is it's not one you can find at your local comic book shop. I actually first learned about this from Young Rip of 5'9" here on YouTube. He had Preston Poulter on his channel one day, just kind of talking about these books. Now this book is about this particular fighter and a friend of hers, a really good friend, as they were basically female fighter pilots during World War II. They racked up a bunch of kills and everything. Well, not a bunch, but I mean, hey, for what they're doing, I would say they did pretty good. And I believe it's I believe it's based on like some true stories here. I'm not 100% for sure, but it is a very good story with these female characters just going in and being fighter pilots. And it seems like it's got a lot of the typical tropes that you would find in this kind of a story, in this kind of a world where you got you're in the military, you got men fighter pilots, they're just being men, you know what I mean? And not really wanting to accept the women as far as being great fighter pilots and everything like that. But you can see through the course of this story, through these 4 issues, these women have really they've fought for the respect of their peers, in the men and everything who are in the military with them, and they did it, man. They really did it, and it's really good. And these women, they're fighting for like the Russians, but they're not even. These ladies themselves aren't Russian, so it's just like crazy. I don't know, just some cool things going on in the story. I really like the story here. Now, like I said, you can't find these at your local comic book shop. You will have to go to like Kickstarter, where Preston Poulter has been putting these up to be crowdfunded, and I think it's one you guys should definitely go check out. You can become one of his backers over there, and I went ahead and backed issue number 4, even though I bought a copy of it when I seen and met Preston Poulter at the LA Comic-Con here just in the middle of October. Again, it was great to meet him. Got to buy physical copies of all these books. The only one I had was issue number 3, and I can't wait to get issue number 5. It's only a 5-issue mini-series. I'm definitely going to go ahead and back every single one of the issues. I mean, hey, why not complete the collection, right, guys? And once you do that, you can go back his campaigns, and you can also order like the digital copies of these books, and even I think the past like physical copies as well. Maybe one of these days I'll reach out to Preston Poulter, see if I can get him to come here on the channel and talk a little bit more about his comic books in White Lily. Again, very good. And we can see, there's kind of, there's a little bit of a love story going on here, where the main character, she gets in there, and and her pilot thing, falls in love with somebody. He ends up getting killed, and then there's somebody there, that's kind of been there throughout the whole rest of the story. That's kind of been taking the back seat for her affections, and just kind of, just like I said, a little love story. And it's not even really like a love triangle going on, just something, I don't know, kind of cool. I've really enjoyed all four of these issues. I finally got through and read all four of them, and I'm going to be doing more of an in-depth review on these four issues here on the channel very soon. And like I said, I'm going to reach out to Preston Poulter over at Pocket Jacks Comics and see if I can get him to come onto the channel and talk a little bit more about these. And he's been a little bit controversial out there with some of the Comicsgate guys and all that stuff. And guys, here on my channel, I'm not into that, like that whole fighting and all that stuff. You guys know how I feel about everything, be it between hashtag the Gray Order and even hashtag the Fandom Miss, guys. Come on, man. Like, for me, that's just not my thing. Like, I like hearing everybody's side. I've kind of always been that person. Like, I'm not in the middle of anything. I have my own personal feelings, but when it comes to these little bickering sessions and everything, man, like, I don't know, man. This isn't the world I grew up in. Like, I'm just a regular dude, just like you guys, man. And I can, there's a whole lot of things I like for a lot of different reasons. And this story I like. Preston Poulter seems like a pretty cool cat. I got to talk to him at LA Comic Con. You can go check out the video that I did there when I was at LA Comic Con. I released that here a couple of weeks ago on the channel. Go check it out. We seen Jay and Silent Bob and all those kinds of things. But he also did this other book called Guinevere and the Divinity Factory. I haven't got a chance to read it yet, and I know that's one of the next books he's going to be working on too, on an issue number 2. I can't wait to get through that one, because it sounds like it was a pretty cool book. But that's all I've got for these particular books this week. And I'm not sure if you guys seen last week, I actually, on my comic book pull list, I picked up White Widow issue number 3, and I actually got contacted by Benny Powell, who is one of the creators of that comic book. And man, it was so awesome. Like, I'm not even sure how it happened, but he got a hold of me, and I got a hold of him on Facebook, and they went ahead and sent me out some PDF versions of the comic books. So I'm going to bring some reviews on those. Maybe one of these days, if they're not too busy, maybe I can bring Benny Powell here on the channel as well, and just kind of talk about their books. There's a book called White Widow, which to me is kind of like a hybrid mix of, like Black Widow with like a Venom symbiote, but kind of got her powers by way of somewhat like Spider, not even like Spider-Man, just I don't know, just like in the superhero world. I think it's kind of hard to probably be completely, 100% original. And this book kind of plays on a lot of the regular tropes and everything out there, superhero tropes and things like that. And again, it's not just a female version of like a Venom or a Spider-Man. It's something a little bit different. The story, I've got through issue 1 so far, which was the one I was really wanting to get through, because I had issue number 2 and issue number 3 now. And issue number 1, I always feel like, especially in these small books like this, issue number 1 is very important in getting to learn your characters in the world that they exist in. And I'm very thankful to Benny Powell for reaching out to me and sending me those copies so I can bring you guys some reviews on them. Guys, to me, that's awesome. It just shows like maybe I'm somewhat getting some traction here on the channel, getting some views. I don't know, maybe I wouldn't say clout, but maybe just building my audience up, and maybe somewhat get more popular, man. And hopefully, I want to reach out to some more people out there in the comic book world, and hopefully bring them here on the channel. One of the channels I'd like to, or one of the publishers I'd like to get a hold of, is Vault Comics. You guys know how much I've been enjoying their books. I want to see if I can get them and bring them here onto the channel to talk about, just about Vault Comics, how it came about, and how the hell they're doing so fucking good writing their books. They're absolutely great. And maybe I can reach out to the people over at Aftershock Comics. You guys can see right there, if you go back and watch my trip to LA Comic Con, my Comic Con vlog, you'll see more about that. But I picked up this box set right here of Aftershock Comics as well, and I've liked the work that they've been doing. They've like I said, Vault Comics has only been around since 2016. Aftershock Comics has been around since 2015. So not very long, guys. We hear so many people talking about, the doomsday of the comic book, of comic books, it's coming to an end. Well, I think it's more alive than ever. And even at my local comic book shop, I was talking to the owner there, and he's like, yeah, man, like, honestly, these past few years have been, I haven't sold more comic books than I have lately over the past couple of years. So while I think, that maybe some companies are being affected, I'm not saying that there's not a problem out there. I'm just saying that, sometimes I think maybe we make things, mountains out of anthills or molehills or something like that. Hell, I don't know, man, but I think there's still a lot of good things going on in the comic book community, and that's kind of why I've, focused a little bit more on comic books here on my channel. There's something I'm enjoying, and I want to, bring more comic book content for you guys to enjoy, and hopefully, that's my goal, is to get you guys into reading these comic books, or at least checking them out. Support an independent creator. Go out and support your local comic book shop. These are small mom and pops businesses, guys, okay, and that's something I'm all about. I own a small business myself, and that's something that I myself just happen to enjoy. But that's all I'm going to talk about for comic books this week, guys. We've got a whole lot of things we're going to talk about today. I'm going to go ahead and start get here off my camera. We're going to get on my computer. We're going to have a good old show tonight. But yeah, there's a whole lot of things to talk about aside from these comic books. We'll probably get into some of that. But like I said, I'm going to have a little special guest here tonight, and we're going to talk about Star Wars and the Mandalorian and just the Disney Plus service. I mean, guys, it's been a very busy week. Even Star Wars, the Jedi, the Dark Temple, Fallen Order, blah, blah, whatever it is. I bought the comic book, man. And you know what? Shit, man. I don't have time for it, but I broke down and bought the game, man. I did. Shit. I don't even have the money for it. But you know, I had to get it because, damn, I gotta play this game. It just sounds so fun. And plus, it's Star Wars, guys, right? Woo! I don't know, man. All right, well, anyway, we're going to go ahead and get into the rest of tonight. What's up, everybody? How are you all doing tonight? I hope you're all doing very good. Welcome to the live section of the show. I see we've got quite a few people in here tonight. I see we got Sith Lord, Lonely Banter, Rev, Kev Reviews, Derek Raju, Snowdub Music and Entertainment, all kinds of great people here tonight. Now, guys, one thing I wanted to let you know, there is a link down there in the description where you can send in some donations through Streamlabs. And you know what? If you did that, you might get your little, might get something there on the screen. It should, it should pop up there anytime those, like the alerts come up and everything. So, it's kind of like a super chat thing, right, guys? Anyway, I hope you're all having a very good night tonight. Now, today, once again, I do have a very, very awesome guest to bring here onto the show. Everybody say what's up to Kermit the Log.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Second Street Marvel. I'm so excited to be here tonight and just spend some time with you, my friend.
Yeah, it's always good to have good company, I finally decided, it's been so long since, like last week I brought some guests onto the show. I'm like, you know what, I need to bring more people onto the show. I need to bring some more, like I had Max planned, 19K Fox came on, that was kind of unplanned. And so I was like, this week, I need to reach out to somebody else and bring one of my favorite content creators on. And why don't you go ahead and let everybody know who you are and where they can find you at?
I'm Kermit the Log. If you Google Kermit the Log, you'll find me. I make all types of... I guess the best way to describe my content is all types of ill shit.
Hell yeah.
I make comedy and horror stuff, and I stream like a madman. And I'm really excited tonight, so I put my good face on. Just for you, Second Street.
Awesome, and I love it, too. I mean, you look great. I'm guessing you must have a really great makeup artist to make yourself look so good.
Thank you. It's actually Revlon, but everybody knows blondes have a better time, right?
Definitely. Always a better time. So, Kermit, I've seen in some of your videos, but you don't really talk much about yourself, you don't really talk much about yourself. You're just always entertaining people, but what is there something out there? What is one of your favorite pastimes out there to do?
Does cocaine count?
I think it does.
Well, then cocaine. I just like to have a good time. I like to, do my work. all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, right? So, I like to do a little coke, take a couple tokes, and get a few pokes. And you know what I mean?
Heck yeah! I mean, that sounds awesome. I mean, who wouldn't enjoy something like that? How long? I've been curious about this. I guess I've never really checked because I know you can always go and look on people's, creep around on people's YouTube pages. How long have you been doing YouTube for?
I think 5 or 6 months.
5 or 6 months. Damn, that is nice. And wow.
Well, this is my second YouTube channel. I got another YouTube channel that I made a couple horror films on, and that had a few 100,000 views, just a few horror films I made. But I shut that down to run as Kermit the Log.
Nice, nice. Well, I was lucky enough, I'd say it's been a little over a month ago, got to come on to the Ribbit and Bigot show. I'm not sure if anybody out there has ever, oh, excuse me, if anybody else out there has ever checked out the Ribbit and Bigot show. It's an absolutely great time. I believe they used to have that on Snowdub's channel, and now they are doing it over on Meg's channel.
It's actually we just go randomly Megs my channel or Snowdub. Hail Snowdub, hail Megs, and that's so nice of you, Second Street. I really appreciate that, bro. You're one of the few people, honestly, that it just makes me so excited to genuinely hang out with. I'm fanboying out right now because you're such a friend just through your videos. I'm sure everybody must feel like that. You give off such a good vibe to your audience.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. And it's always great, just because you start on YouTube and you kind of start meeting people, and I guess I've always kind of been lucky enough, in my life to come across just like absolutely great people and been able to align with them. And like I said, anytime I've ever been hung out with you or even Snowdub, like I said, I was there on you guys' show, man. It's been absolutely great. And like I said, the Ribbit and Bigot show has actually become a staple in my Saturday nights. Just being there because I like having fun, and you guys get on there and have fun. I can't say that I've ever been on there and seen you guys not having fun.
Well, I think that's a good way to live life, my friend, and I really appreciate that. Seriously, dude. You're gonna make my green cheeks blush. But I also really appreciate that you always follow reach around protocol.
Heck yeah, man. Hashtag Cotton Connection, right? Can we get some Jenner checks in the live
Yeah.
stream? Can we get some Jenner checks in there in the chats? Come on, guys. What's going on over here? Whew. Yeah. So how's everything been going for you this week? I heard you've been getting on quite a few streams here lately.
Oh yeah, just been doing a bunch of live streams. It's been pretty good, there's just a lot of excitement in the community, with the Mandalorian release, and I can just always have good stuff to talk about because I'm such a fan of horror films, and there's always new horror films, and I know you like the films too.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really, really into movies, and I've slowly been working my way back into horror movies, and a lot of that has come by way of the Saska sisters, just because they wrote the Black Widow comic book, and I started reading that, and I'm like, man, this book is so great. And then so I went out and I'm like, who are these chicks? I actually heard about them. Heard more of them. I was searching through YouTube, just different channels and everything that were talking about the Black Widow comic book, and I think that's when I found Young Ripper 59, and he was talking about it, and kind of I was like,
Wow.
okay, so I find out who they were and got into their movies, and now I think at this point I own the ones that they actually did. Like I just bought Dead Hooker in a Trunk and
Wow.
American Mary on DVD. So I want to get those, watch and do some reviews on those. And have you seen any of those films?
You know what? It's funny that you asked that because I recently, about a year ago, graduated from San Francisco State Film School, and I had a film degree, and I had to take one of the classes I signed up for was the history of horror, and wouldn't you know, on day one, I go to class, and it's no longer the history of horror. They've changed it now to the history of women in horror. So it was only women directors.
Oh wow.
Granted, there were a few horror films that were made by women that were outstanding.
Huh.
And like really like surprising. Like for instance, I didn't know, and they either had to be written or directed by a woman.
Hmm.
And for instance, American Psycho, written and directed by a woman,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. And that's a good one.
blew me away. I'm like, that's a good one. Women can make good art.
Right? Yes, yes, they can.
Yeah. Hashtag me too. Uh,
Right?
but the Saskia sisters, we had to do papers on. That was one of the groups that they showed us, and it was American Mary,
Nice.
which I totally just Wikipedia'd the shit out of that essay. So I never even watched the film, and I got an A on the paper. But I had to watch clips from the film, so I watched a clip from. I knew about the hooker in the. That was their first film, right? Hooker in the trunk.
Yes, yes, yes. I believe, yeah, Dead Hooker in a Trunk was their first one, and that I believe that movie was basically funded by their parents, put up their
Oh,
house, like
right.
on a second mortgage or whatnot, so they could make that.
That's interesting. I've just do you have Amazon Prime?
Hmm.
There's this guy Joe Bob Griggs, and he has
Yeah,
these move. You watch him,
yeah. I remember, dude. I grew up watching Joe Bob Briggs on.
dude?
I can't remember. He used to do one of those shows, and
Yeah, he
yeah,
still does them on Shutter.
nice. Okay.
Shutter via Amazon, and he has Darcy, the mail girl. She follows me on Twitter, and she's actually an ex porn star, and she's like a gothic porn star, and she's live. She does his live watch. They do like movie marathons still, and they play the films live, like on Friday night on Amazon.
Nice,
Yeah, so
nice.
like the last one was on 2 weeks ago, maybe for around Halloween, and they had Halloween 1, Halloween 4, and Halloween 5, and I just watched it with the three of them and drank beer. It was a great experience.
Nice, nice. That's kind of something that's cool with like the advent of social media and things like this is we can do things like that. It's kind of like, you're doing just like this. You do these streams and it's kind of like you're just there hanging out with people.
Yeah, yeah, right. No joke. Pretty soon, it's going to be like demolition, where I got to send the sperm to the person, and then the hospital puts the sperm in the woman.
Right? Yeah. Oh man, yeah, for
Yeah, they
sure.
probably won't even let me touch my own dick.
Probably not. You got to be careful. Got to be careful.
Yeah, got to send
Guys,
the nano to that, my brother.
if you haven't already, man, give this video some thumbs up for Kermit the Log, man. I'm telling
Hey,
you,
yo,
fun
hey, yo.
anytime you're around this dude. Oh man. So oh man, so what you guys got lined up for tomorrow night? You guys do the Ribbit and Bigot show. Whose channel is it going to be on tomorrow?
Those are the type of questions that I don't have the answers to. Usually we kind of probably text each other at like 11 in the morning tomorrow and say, oh, hey, whose turn is it to host? And then I'm
Ah,
usually like trying to get out of hosting. I'm like, I don't know. I don't think it's my turn, even though I know it's my turn. But, yeah, and then we usually debate who's going to make the thumbnail and then who we having on. So I don't know who we have on. Usually Snow does the inviting.
oh, okay. Right on, man. Right on. So, did you get a chance to go out and watch Terminator Dark Fate?
Funny you should ask, Second Street, because maybe last Friday I went to the movies and I bought my ticket to see the Joker, and I went in about an hour early and I started watching Terminator Dark Fate.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
watched the first 40 minutes of it. That's all I needed to watch. And
Right.
then I moseyed on over to the movie I paid my money for, the film I want and love, The Joker. So, but yeah, I did see Terminator Dark Fate, and I'd like to hear what you think.
Yeah, like to me the movie it was okay. I mean, it wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen. Now I think there's so many things that it does like I don't know, to me it feels kind of like it's almost like Star Wars The Last Jedi. Is that odd?
No,
But it's
dude,
because there's some like things I don't like about it. Like overall, it does so many bad things that it kind of overshadows a lot of the good things that it does.
the good things that it does, similar, I agree with you, to The Last Jedi, are, they're insignificant next to the world destroying that you're doing.
Right,
You know,
right.
like, why do they got to have the Terminator? So we're in spoilers, right? Or no?
Yeah, yeah, you're all good.
Okay, why do I see the goddamn Terminator walk up to John, what's his name, and shove a grenade up his ass in the first scene of the film? Do they got to do my boy like that?
Right. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, that's something odd to me. Like I get like I mean, to me, I kind of feel like their one mistake in what they did with this movie is why didn't it seems like they made a reboot and a remake in the same film?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, stick
Right.
to one thing. Well, like, if you're gonna reboot it, make it a reboot and just completely do away with, like the John Connor stuff. Like, just make your whole new movie and
Right.
don't try to bring what came before in there while you're at the same time trying to get rid of. You're trying to act like some other sequels didn't happen when it almost becomes irrelevant in the first place. Yeah, it's
That's
just
a great point, Second Street. That's
it's
such a great point. I think there is room though to hand the baton off if you give it respect. Pay
right.
homage to John Connor. Sarah Connor. Like, God, the way that it looked in the 4 seconds before Schwarzenegger ripped John Connor's dick off, John Connor looked pretty good. I was like, wow, holy shit, I'm back in it. Hey, my friend, there's my friend. Oh no, he ripped his dick off. Oh no. God damn it! I threw my popcorn on the floor. I lost my face. I'm so pissed off.
Oh dang, are you okay? Here, we'll cut now. Yeah, and altogether, like me, otherwise, I mean, I thought the movie itself, it was a decent film. I think they kind of had themselves in a corner where you make a movie like this that's supposed to be a sequel to a movie that happened nearly 30 years ago. I'm not sure I'm not sure what you're thinking, for one, and two, I mean, the Terminator and T2, these movies, I mean, really one topped the other, but can you top what they did in Terminator 2? I mean, is it even
No.
possible,
Well, they could have had some gutty, like, God, I mean, I think The Rock's a little played out, but, The Rock, like, 8 years ago coming in as the new Terminator, maybe, like, I don't know. I don't know. But the original one was so sick because the Terminators are so great. I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger is so great. Not to mention the characters and the story. It's a lightning in a bottle. Lots of people have said that. But I agree with you. Like, dude, but I find, dude, I'm okay. You know what else it comes down to? Is that I don't buy, even if she's a goddamn Terminator, that this bitch is beating people up.
Right.
Like, and the Mexican girl. I got no problem with Mexican girls, but she's 5 foot tall. Whose ass is she kicking?
Right, yeah. And that's something I was even saying in my review. I'm like, when I watched this movie, I was sitting there watching, I'm like, dude, like, this character, when they brought her in, it reminded me of Dora the Explorer. Like, not even I know it sounds mean, but, like, I'm serious. When I watched it, I'm like, this is Dora. This is Dora
That's
the
funny.
Explorer.
God damn.
Like,
Yeah, and like, and then the other one, the Terminator, who looks like, what's his name, the singer Justin Bieber. I mean, even her, she's like, it's like, dude, I believed Arnold Schwarzenegger because he looked like the goddamn Terminator, and then
yeah.
at least the other guy, the the T2000 or whatever, he could turn into water and shit, like, dude,
Yeah.
Man. And then it's like, I just know that before they even wrote the script, they're like, okay, well, we need like a Terminator who's Mexican who can kill some ICE agents. Like.
Right. Yes.
And,
Yeah.
like they got to get the story to match their political views, which, in my opinion, there's no problem with having politics in film. It should be nuanced.
Right, yeah. I mean, when you take something and you just put it so on the nose, like, if you're gonna do that, at least try to make it funny. But that's where a
Right.
lot of people seem to fail, and I think that's kind of the hope that I had for the movie, because this movie was done by Tim Miller, the same guy who brought us Deadpool, and Deadpool. Well, he didn't do Deadpool 2, but he brought us Deadpool, and like. If you watch that movie, like, it's one of those funny movies, one of those funny instances where, like, that movie actually has, like, how would you say, it has, like, your representations in there. It has all those, it covers all so many, it
Yeah.
checks so many boxes that people try to check these days, but it was done in a way that was entertaining and it was fun and people enjoyed it. Like, I never heard anybody talking about
No,
Deadpool saying, like, oh, what's this agenda trash in this movie, but
dude,
easily it's there.
I agree, but he fucked up big time by just like, if I'm making a movie, I want to make all the money. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I'm not trying to narrow my pool of fans. So why am I going to say shit like and you know what? I don't know if it wasn't taken out of context or not, but I don't want anything to get out there like, hey, straight men, screw you, you know?
Right. Right. Yeah, I mean, if if anything, you write that into the movie in like a not so on the nose way, like.
Right.
But yeah, I think that was kind of one of the big downfalls of the movie. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I mean, it was entertaining. It wasn't terrible. I mean, I've certainly seen worse movies, but yeah, I
I
don't
think
know.
it's the worst Terminator film.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. And you know,
Because
I can't completely say that because there's like one of them I haven't watched.
which one? I liked Rise of the Machines, and I liked the one with Christian Bale because I like Christian Bale, and
Yeah,
maybe that one's terrible. Maybe the other one was worse. I don't know. The guy with who stars Jai Courtney
Jack
or
Courtney. Yeah,
yeah, they were trying to make him a star. You know, he was
yeah.
in the Die Hard franchise. That
Mm-hmm.
one, Avatar, maybe no.
No, he was in Jack Reacher. Jack Reacher.
Oh right. He's actually good though in the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and I actually like him. He's a pretty good actor, but yeah, like he did seem a little out of place in that Terminator movie. And yeah, I think it was the Rise of the Machines. That's the one I didn't see myself. But yeah, again, I don't know. It was a good film. I mean, they just shouldn't have tried to like I said, they tried to do this reboot remake thing in the same time, and it's like you should have just wiped the John Connor stuff out and just made the film a full reboot. I mean, I think it would have probably been a little bit more. You probably would have got less people
Yeah,
angry. And also, don't be saying stupid things when you're in interviews.
no doubt. And you know, maybe try to have. You know, it's a little hard to believe that Linda Hamilton can cock a shotgun when she sounds like she's smoking out of her neck.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh man, that was something else too. Like you know, one thing I like her look though. You know, I like the fact that you know you see her all wrinkly. You know, she's looking
Yeah,
old and all that. Hey, I'm cool with that. That's great. You know what I mean? I mean, look at
I
Danny
agree,
Trejo on screen. You know what I'm saying? That
dude.
dude's just like a
Second
beautiful
Street,
face you want to see.
like I think I mean, first of all, let me get this out there. I am sexist, but there's,
Oh,
it's part of my shtick. But there's plenty of people who I like female characters, even strong ones. I mean, obviously the go-tos like Ridley and Sarah Connor,
right.
but like you can still have women be feminine, right? Obviously,
Yeah,
but for
totally.
instance, this Sarah Connor character, she's old now, right? She does it's bullshit. She's fighting people. She's not a Terminator. She's an old ass woman. Like, have her use her brains now.
Right. Yeah. Something. I mean, I mean, I get it's supposed to be, you know, somewhat like science fiction and stuff like that, but yeah, she's not a Terminator or anything. She's a frail little old lady. Like,
Right,
she
dude.
at least be buff.
Right, yeah, right, yeah. Get her on some steroids. You got everybody else on steroids. Give her the shit Sylvester Stallone's on.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. I need some of that Lance Armstrong shit. That's what
Oh
I
yeah,
need.
oh yeah. I got some cocaine though if you need it, pal.
Hey, that works. That gets the job done. So speaking of which, since we're between the lines here, I guess you could say. By the way, I love that. I love that name. That shit was great. Between the Lines with Kermit the Log.
That was Meg's idea.
Yeah, that's perfect. That was perfect. it's there's so much double meaning in that. Is that triple
Yeah,
meaning or
right.
quadruple meaning? I don't know. So you had a chance. Did you get the Disney Plus service?
I did. I did.
Okay,
I did.
so
I think it's just out of this goddamn world for $70 for the year. Jesus Christ.
yeah. Yeah, that's really
Uh,
not too bad, you know. And it's so funny because we hear a lot of people bitching about the price and everything. And I'm like, man, you know how much you pay Netflix, you know, every
dude,
single day, every single month of the year?
uh, I just ordered a pizza and some buffalo wings here, and that was $60. So what the hell?
Right.
In-N-Out's $25. So Jesus Christ, $70 for the year. I don't think people they didn't do a good job of the rollout because people should know how much stuff is on there.
Right, right. And sometimes I think, maybe they do that for reasons just like this, like people here on YouTube and everything, knowing that everybody's going to make 100 videos, either saying that this service is good or talking shit about this service and
Right.
all kinds of different things. And naturally, that's exactly what happened. I'm telling you, like the day it launched, I mean, the first thing that everybody was getting on was their Mandalorian videos, and then after that is, okay, this service, is it good? Should you buy it? And all these different, like, there's two
Right.
videos that everybody did that day.
Oh man, well, dude, I this is one of my pet peeves is that everybody and their mama makes the same videos in this group that we're in.
Right?
And
Yeah.
it's like, God, like even people I like, you're making the same shit, right? And it's like, dude, I can only watch like 3 Joker reactions, and I appreciate it, but God
Right.
damn.
Yeah.
And then, a lot of times people are saying the same shit too
Yeah.
about the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's kind of it too, like, and I think that's one of the things with, like, all of us, like I said, I mean, I guess everybody kind of has their audiences, and like I said, you follow enough people, like, there's only so many reviews I can watch, but if you're gonna do one, at least do something and have some fun with it. Like, I would like to see a Kermit the Log reviews, or something like that.
Right.
Instead, it's all like everybody, sitting at their computer, looking at the
Yep.
screen, talking. Like, I can handle a couple of those.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then it's like, well, goddamn, this shit is gonna get played out. And I got on the train last night, like, so I'm really hard to get to stream. I'm super lazy. I always have a cocaine over, and cocaine
Right.
overs are worse than hangovers
Oh
by far.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I have a deviated septum. I don't know if you can tell, but
Oh
anyways,
man.
last night I'm chilling, and Ben from Fanatics of Film, he's a compadre of mine. I'd say the same way you are, Second Street, and he's like, "Hey, let's do it tonight." I'm like, "Bro, the film doesn't come out till midnight." But we did it, and I was so tired, but we did it, and I got it out there, and that was my first kind of reaction video, and I felt dirty after.
Right? Yeah, and that's the thing, like, you know what it is, like, for me, like, it's because everybody does their video at the same time, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be cool, like, like, you don't have to be the first one to do it because there's so many people out there, and because I'm not knocking anybody doing it, like, hey, do your video.
Hey,
I mean, you got to make
yeah,
content for your people, but, I don't know, it just, and then the thing is then you get to some of them, and I don't know, they're just, I don't know, it's not that they're just plain or bland, it's just like everybody's
it
kind of
is.
saying the
They are
same
plain and
thing,
bland. They
you
are
know?
bland.
Yeah, yeah,
Some,
but for the most
some.
part,
There's
yeah,
good.
I guess you're
There's good,
probably
bad, and
right.
everything. We're in a large group. There's gonna be some shit channels.
Yeah, and the thing is, I keep seeing, seeing this thing out there, of course, there's people out there that, the people out there that go and do things specifically for clicks, just trying to, spark some outrage or say the cool thing, and that's something else I've noticed is, we got all these people out there who are like, oh man, I don't like Disney Star Wars. I can't like this. And they're sitting there like, like it was pretty good, it was all right, you've kind of got to the point where like you can't just admit that it's good. Like it's okay if you're
Right.
critical of something, and it's okay, being highly critical of what Disney has done with Star Wars, and it's okay to say like, hey, I like this.
You know what? That's super interesting, Second Street, and that makes me think. What you're just describing there reminds me of liberals who can't even say, "Hey, Trump killed Baghdadi today, and that was a good day." We're just like, I'm just completely got blinders on, and I'm just only got one opinion on this one thing, and fuck Star Wars, right? I mean, I personally, I'm happy as hell to see my old friend Star Wars back. I like The Mandalorian. It's not the greatest thing I've ever seen, but it's Star Wars. And I'm happy
Yeah.
to see my friend again,
Yeah, certainly, and that's part of it too. Is like with like this whole like I get it. Like everybody kind of has like their their political affiliations and whatnot. But like it seems, and it's funny. I was talking with young Ripa the other day about this stuff too. Is it seems like that whole mentality of like same like religion and political talk has spilled over into fandoms, and it's so weird because
Oh, yeah.
like I see people out there like pissed off because other people are enjoying the show, and it's like you don't have to piss on somebody else's enjoyment. Just
Right.
like where these fucking weirdos come from that you're mad that somebody else likes something.
Well, I mean, uh, when you say weirdos, you're talking about a community that has 200 people named Jeremy, 15 of which are serial killers for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm kind of thinking that they're all serial killers, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of them. Like, goddamn, shit, those guys. I wonder if it's all just one white guy in his room.
It could be, and I've actually thought about that several different times. I think a lot of these channels are the same guy, just with like different ones. Yeah, like putting feelers out there, like, okay, let me see what content works. I think it's like they're pulling a Disney.
That's funny. That's scary though. That there is some goddamn weirdos in here. As a guy with a hand up a frog's ass, I can attest to weirdos. But yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I've never had any problem with people having their hands up other people's asses. I mean, as long as that's what they're into. You know what I mean?
Hey, no kink shame going on here, pal.
Right, and certainly don't forget the reach around.
Hey, I can only fuck. I only fucks with people who follow reach around protocol.
Definitely.
Back to Disney real quick if we can. The Disney Plus thing, dude. I'm blown away. I saw you say it too, and that was the first thing I saw. First thing I got on was dude. So happy. Brought me back to my childhood.
Yeah, man, I love that, dude. Like, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking too, because I think that show came out in like the early '90s, so I would have been just getting ready to turn into be a teenager. And dude,
how old are you?
I love that.
I'm 37.
I'm 40.
I just poured a little liquor out for your old ass.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look like you're 27 though, and I look like I could be your father.
Oh well, thank you. I appreciate that, and yeah, you kind of do look like my father.
Oh, dude.
And speaking of which, I mean, if you guys wanted to, since I'm so old, my old ass needs a walker, there's some links down in the description where you can go and send some money so I can afford to get one, because I paid for this Disney Plus streaming service that was so expensive, I can't afford a walker now.
Well, I'm not sure people can afford your what is it called? What do you call it when you need the donations? The GoFundMe? Because motherfuckers are out here asking for GoFundMes for some bullshit.
Oh yeah, I know, right? Oh man, I don't even want to get into that.
Hey bro, go get a job, asshole. I need my money for
cocaine. Yeah, for real, right? Like, I've seen some of these like GoFundMes that people are doing, like, I need to pay my rent.
Yeah, well, you do too? Wow.
Right.
Yeah. Like, dude, you live in like Alabama. I'm in California.
Yeah, like I'm not looking for people to send me like $150 to $200. Like, hey, if you do, I'm okay with that. But like if you just send me $1, hey man, you might be surprised at things I do.
Call a spade. Like when I'm about to put a what do you call it when you put the PayPal or whatever? I'm about to get that shit too. But I'm gonna be like, hey, this is for Kermit's cocaine and alcohol fund.
Right. You know what? Because there's got to be a little bit of honesty is the best policy going on here. Am I wrong?
No, dude. I think unless everybody else got blinders on, people can see that's bullshit.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah.
But Kermit's from the streets.
Yeah. Oh damn. So, how much have you really gotten to dive into a whole lot of the shows and everything there on the Disney Plus yet?
I've scrolled through it, but I'm smoking weed here, and I'm just like, this is just glorious. Where has this been all my life? I spend more time looking at shit than I do watching it, but I got some on my queue now, and I got the X-Men, which is so great.
Yeah.
I also want to watch, and I've seen it before, Wolverine and the X-Men, also great.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know that I ever watched that one, but
that's
I know
almost as good as the animated series.
Okay, I'll have to check that out.
It's darker, and it's like it ends too quick though. It's like season 1 only, maybe 2. But I'm also really excited to watch DuckTales. Woo woo.
Yeah, and, definitely. Do they have Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers on there? I didn't even look.
Yeah.
Oh man.
the OG Spider-Man. I mean, they got those Spider-Man before we were kids, like the
Yeah.
1967 version. But they got the one that we grew up with. You know, I think we're the same age. I was just joshing with you, you know. But
Yeah,
we
yeah.
grew up with the same, I'd say, 90s animated TV show, right?
Definitely, yeah. Mhm.
And dude, like the National Geographic stuff is cool. I've seen some documentaries. I'm like, oh, I gotta check that shit out. And then also like old movies. That I'm like, just I got an aunt that I take care of. Like I pick her up from a home, and
Mhm.
she just likes to watch Disney shit. So this is perfect.
Yeah, definitely, because I remember like when I was growing up, my grandma, she had all them Disney movies on VHS and used to go hang out at her house and just watch those constantly. And,
Cool.
I keep
What a
talking
cool
about this
grandma.
one. Yeah, she was the best, man. Of course, my dad didn't always like that because, I did stupid shit that a grandma does when she's spoiling her grandchildren.
Oh
But,
yeah, yeah,
um, like
yeah.
bed knobs and a broomsticks, man. That's on there. One of my
Wow.
dude, I love that movie. Like, if you've never seen Angela Lansbury defeat the Nazis with a wardrobe and some children,
I've
I
never
mean,
seen that.
you're just letting the best things in life pass you by, my friend.
You know what I seen on there that made me happy was that when I was going to grammar school, they made the movie Sister Act at my school
Oh,
in San
nice,
Francisco. I'm from San Francisco, and they made that inner city school. That's where I went to grammar school in Sister Act.
nice.
You ever seen Sister Act?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's been a
Yeah,
while, but
okay, but
yeah,
it was San Francisco, by the way, used to be like a tough city of middle class people. Now it's just a bunch of foo foo ass mofos, you know?
right.
It was like it was extremely middle class when I was growing up. And the neighborhood I grew up in was a pretty cool neighborhood. It was, there's a lot of rough people and stuff, but it wasn't terrible. But it was so cool going to school there. They changed the whole city block into a studio.
Oh
So like
wow.
all the businesses were transformed, and like they filmed inside my school. Anyways, I got my first dog. I got when I met Whoopi Goldberg that day at school, and I named my dog growing up Whoopi.
Huh. There
Yeah.
you go.
Anyways, I just saw Sister Act on there, and that made me so happy.
Yeah, yeah, I remember growing up watching those too, man. I think I only remember like probably watched like the first and the second one. I mean, most
There's only
sequels aren't
two.
really necessary, but
I
oh, is there
think
only two? I thought they did a third one.
they might have. I think there's.
Yeah.
I think there's only two, and I think Lauren Hill is in the second one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I might
I
have to check
didn't
that
like the
out.
second one, or it was when I was a kid. I didn't watch it as much because fuck it, it wasn't at my school.
Yeah. And
The first one was. They switched schools for the second one.
okay, yeah. Yeah. Probably yeah, I was gonna say it's been a while since I've seen that. The funny thing is I remember when this service was coming out, I remember before we knew what content was on it and everything, you hear so many people out there going like, "Oh, come on, this is just Disney Plus. They've only got Disney stuff. I mean, how much
Oh yeah.
stuff can they actually put on there? Like, like they don't have that much." And then you get on there and it's like kind of like, "Holy shit, they got so much stuff on here." I'm at the same point like I am with Netflix. Like, I don't even know where to start. Like I just got a
Right.
watch list that I probably will never watch.
That I was just thinking about something along those same lines that I've been thinking about canceling Netflix, to be honest with you, because there's shows I watch on there, but they're all shows I've already watched, other than Stranger Things, which I was kind of disappointed in.
Yeah, and I've never watched that show. I know my
I
daughter was
watch.
getting into it.
On Tuesday nights. We're starting. Me and Megs and Ben from Fanatics of Film. We're doing a Peaky Blinder reaction review, starting with season one, episode one, starting Tuesday.
Oh,
That's on
nice.
Netflix. I love that show. But aside from that, I don't really know. And I think Disney is being so shrewd because I just went on Amazon Prime and there's a bunch of Marvel films now on Amazon Prime, like Avengers, a couple other ones that they gave. I'm thinking Disney's trying to screw over Netflix.
Huh. Oh, yeah, it could be. Could
Because
be.
if people are on Amazon Prime, they're like, shit, I got the Netflix, I got the Marvel on here too. When then, like, Netflix is kind of losing to me.
Right. And see, the thing is, like with the Amazon Prime service, I mean, like you get the movies and all that stuff for free. And I think even if you're paying month by month, it's still cheaper than when you go to Netflix. Like Netflix, I mean, they're charging quite a bit nowadays for the service. I mean, what is it? Is it up to like almost $14 now? I think like 12.99 or
I think
thirteen ninety
so.
nine.
And they keep, like, completely bombing on any type of new content. I mean, maybe they get one a year, but that's not sustainable.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
and Amazon, dude, they're hitting them out of the park. I love The Boys. I love Jack Ryan. I could go on. They're doing original content that I'm like, wow.
Right. Yeah, definitely, definitely. And yeah,
Have
and
you
that's
seen Jack Ryan?
no, I haven't, and I want to. I need to watch some of those because that's with John Krasinski on there, and I think
Yeah,
he's a good
dude,
actor.
he's great in this, bro. I like he's it's. I just saw him in the office last night, and I was like shocked at how much of a transformation he does it between Jim Halpert to the Jack Ryan.
Yeah, because yeah, in the office, yeah, he's just like kind of skinny, just kind of like nerdy dude. Here, you see him kind of roughed up a little bit, a little
Yeah,
beefier, and yeah,
yeah,
definitely, man. And I like seeing actors make that transition too, because I know like he was originally trying out to be Captain America as
right.
well. And I'm not sure. I mean, I think we just got lucky with Chris Evans because Chris Evans is he's a fucking great Captain America. You know
I
what I'm
agree.
saying? Like, and
I, I gotta say though, and I'd like to see what you would think after you see Jack Ryan. But this guy could have done it too.
right, yeah, and I'm thinking, there's still probably a role out there in within the MCU that he could still come in and play. That's somebody equally as badass as Captain America is. I know a lot of people have been wanting him to come in and play Reed Richards as well, which
Hmm.
I'm not big on like Fantastic Four or anything, but like I'm
I'm not
pretty
either,
like
but
Reed Richards is very smart and everything, but I just don't see him being like that badass like Captain America is, to where like it almost seems like a waste to get John Krasinski to do that.
yeah. And I never read the I'm not the biggest. I read comics growing up, but I think it's almost stupid to say comics. Because people, how people are on here. But
Yeah.
I could see, and I know you know comics, my friend. But I could see like John Hamm playing Reed Richards.
Yeah, actually, that would be good. And the guy, I actually thought the guy who they originally had in the first two Fantastic Four films they made, I can't remember
Yeah,
that actor's name. I actually thought he
he
was
has a
well
weird name.
cast. He was like well cast, like perfect for that for that
Yeah.
role.
You
Because
gotta have hair that looks cool with some gray in it. I don't see that with my man Jack Ryan.
yeah. Or actually, you know what? I'm not even thinking Reed Richards. I'm thinking the guy who was playing who played Doctor Doom. That's the one I'm
Oh
thinking of.
yeah,
He was
he was good.
perfectly
He was a good
cast.
Doctor Doom.
Yeah, he
But
was perfect.
I like God with the success of Joker. Marvel's not going to do that, but they should cast somebody like big time as Doctor Doom. Make a Doctor Doom film.
Right. Yeah, they need to, and they need to get somebody good for that because, like, somebody, yeah, I don't know, like, that just has that look, because like Doctor Doom, I mean, you think of somebody who's menacing and everything, yet you think of somebody who's doesn't look like he's like the super biggest threat either, just like, I don't know how to explain that, but yeah, that's something I'm definitely looking forward to see, just in the future of how Marvel's going with
No
a lot of
doubt.
their content.
I gotta like this would be a dark horse pick, and somebody who doesn't have the name behind the actor. But I could see Giancarlo Esposito, who played Gus Fring, in Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I could see him doing that. He's just such a cold, calculating person to me.
Yeah, he would be good.
But
Yeah,
he's not famous enough.
yeah,
Probably going to be
D-
somebody like Christian Bale.
right. You know who I would like to, and like I'm not huge into fan casting or nothing neither, but I've always kind of felt like, and I know he was Punisher, but I think John Bernthal would be a fucking
Hmm.
great Wolverine. Like,
John Bernthal.
yeah,
That's a good choice.
he's just got that look. He's just
Yeah.
got like that. I've even seen some pictures of him online, like where he had some chops and kind of a beard going on and everything. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, this guy looks like him. Like he's got it. What it takes to be that. I mean, he's got the talent. He's got the looks. The only thing he's just a little bit too tall, and we don't need another Jackman.
That's the hair of my arm standing up.
Right? Nice.
That's the hair of my arm standing up. That's brilliant, my friend.
Nice.
Wow. You hit that out of the park.
It's not just you're a little too excited because your hand is shoved up a puppet's ass, right?
Well, the log wants what the log wants.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. I might be getting a little delay here. Is that showing on your end?
Oh, yeah, I think it did a little bit. Yeah, it looks like you're frozen.
Give me 1 sec. I'm just gonna get a charge. Mess with my charger.
Oh, yeah, no problem. But yeah, so okay, yeah, there we go. He's back. So yeah, so I take it that you've been probably searching through Disney Plus enough, and checking out all the different shows and everything, seeing what's on there. Did by chance did you get to see the Mandalorian?
Hey, I'm back. Second Street, can you see me? It's like there's a lag.
No, I can't see it again yet. Oh yeah, oh yeah, okay, yeah, it is frozen. There we go. I think I can start to see it again. There we are. Yeah, you're back. Yeah, that's modern technology, man. Modern technology. Yeah, he
I
must have
know.
been
It's
frozen on
like
my
the
side.
Louis C.K. thing where I'm like, this stupid technology.
Yeah. So did you get a chance to see the Mandalorian yet?
Oh my God, I did. Yes. And like I said, hello, Disney, my old friend.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So what did you think about it? Like, what are your thoughts on it overall?
Well, I want to touch on that, and I can't wait to discuss that. But don't let me forget to tell you that I've already come up with, and I'm willing to bet I'm right about how it's all going to play out. But I really liked it, dude. I liked just off the bat the feel of it. You know, the little nods to the fans that didn't seem forced, like Luke, like the Luke speeder that we see when he gets in the Uber ride.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like, I thought it was pretty good. Like I remember I watched the first episode, and I know I'm surprised I haven't seen. Of course, I haven't got a chance to watch a whole lot of videos today, but I'm surprised I haven't seen anybody else bitching out there about the fact that the second episode is 30 minutes long instead of the 45 or whatever that we got with the first episode. And I kind of feel like, for me, I think the first episode probably went a little bit too long in the first place. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I felt like it should have ended a little bit sooner, but spent some more time in some of the places where they kind of glossed over and just went. Some things just seemed to move a little bit too fast. Like, kind of the pacing of that first episode really seemed to be off.
I agree with you. But I also didn't know, or I also should say, I have spoken. But I felt, I don't know if it was the music or if it was the pacing, but there was something off for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I also really liked episode 2 much more than episode 1.
Me too. Me too. Like, for me, I think like episode 1, it seemed like it just like we kind of just get thrust into the world and the action picks up too quick.
Yeah.
Like almost like they're taking. It kind of felt like they were taking a cheap shot to really draw you in, instead of giving a little bit more mystery, a little bit more build up to going right into that. But at the same time, I kind of felt excited by it too, and it seemed like there's just so many things that happened in that first. And I think that's what it is. It seems like the first episode was crammed with these different little moments and these different little events that makes me feel like they almost did that as a cheap move, like a cheap move to just get me really into it and enjoying it. But at the same time, I enjoyed what I got.
Well, when you're a battered wife after the last 2 movies, you'll take anything, and like, yeah, I definitely was like, oh, no, don't hit me anymore, Star Wars. I'm scared. Stop. And then I was like, oh, what was it, a sandwich? I'll have some, and I was just really happy. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I liked how in episode 2 they allow it to breathe. The little
Right.
baby Yoda is so cute,
Oh,
like,
yeah. That's like the lowest blow in the world, man. You're trying to pull everybody in with that fucking cute ass little puppet they used, and then when he was walking on the little farm, and that motherfucker was CGI, but then he's still
yeah,
pouncing around like he's a puppet and everything all fucking cute. I'm like, oh man,
yeah.
like you're pulling on my
But
heartstrings here. Like you're making me like my kids woke up this morning after I watched the episode, and I'm giving them hugs. I'm like, because they were watching some of it with me. I'm like, oh, I remember when you kids were that little. And I'm just like, I feel like a cheesy asshole because it's fucking little Yoda.
right,
Little
right.
son of a bitch.
Uh, can we touch on the fact though that little baby Yoda? I brought this up in another stream. I brought this up last night in my video too. That bro. So the Jawas, they sent the Mandalorian to go kill this fucking dinosaur mom just so they could steal the egg. I mean, it wasn't like, and like, dude. So little Yoda is an accomplice to murder.
Right? Oh man. Right? Yeah, I never even thought of that, but that's so true. That's so true, man.
And then I'm
Damn.
like, oh, they're gonna sell the egg to feed to like nourish all the Jawas, and now they just look like they popped some champagne.
Yeah, I know, man. And they was all up in that honey pot too,
Yeah,
man.
it was like it was a drug to them, almost.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. You know,
And,
I
like,
remember this girl I went to
dude.
high school with. It was kind of like that.
That's really yeah. There's pigs everywhere.
Yeah, man. And yeah, and then yeah, and it was really cool too. And I know I'm not the only one who noticed, like, kind of the, how would you say, the hat tips with the homages to the Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, when he was sitting there trying to get on their little moving
Oh
fortress
yeah,
and everything, and then they go up
yeah.
on that side of the little mountain there that was sticking out. I'm just like, dude, this is
Right.
fucking Indiana Jones all the way, man.
That totally was. But that's the type of homage that I appreciate, and I'm like, wow, these guys are fans. They're real fans.
Yeah, definitely. And like you said, I think this second episode, I did enjoy it a lot more than the first one, because it seemed like the pace did slow down just a little bit more. The pacing of it felt a lot better, and of course, the musical score throughout these first two episodes has been really good as well. Like, kind of reminiscent of what we used to get, like out of like the old, the original trilogy, and then with a little mix of something new.
I disagree with you.
Oh.
I've felt like the music has been almost jarring, like taking me out of it. Like I'm like, who the fuck paid this guy? But I've heard lots of people say that the music's great. So it's one of those things we got different opinions on. But
Yeah.
like I've heard other people say it. But the first thing that came up, like last night in episode 2, like when they do the montage when they're fixing his ship,
Mm-hmm.
we're about to hear Rocky comes on.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And then it's confusing because Carl Weathers is in this. So I'm like, is he about to fight Apollo?
You're right. Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, I mean, to me, it's something I've enjoyed, and yeah, hey, man, that's cool. If it doesn't, it's not something that doesn't set well with you. That's cool. Hey, I
Wait, you
totally get
tell
that.
me we have different opinions?
Oh yeah, we're supposed to fight. Shit.
Oh no!
Damn it. You know what, guys? Give this video dislikes. Go unsubscribe from Kermit because I don't like the guy. We need to cancel Kermit, man.
Oh no! Don't cancel Kermit.
Oh man.
I am the one who cancels.
But yeah, man, like, I don't know, I really like these first two episodes, and like I said, it's a shame that, like I said, I've seen people out there who are like upset that people are enjoying what we're getting out of this, and like, where do these weirdos come from that they have to come and poo poo on somebody else's party because we're enjoying something?
I don't know, but they're like the Grinch.
Yeah, it's just sad, and and then, like I said, I mean, I guess that's kind of, like,
But
these content creators here on YouTube. I mean, I guess you got to get clicks and you got to do what you can, and I don't know, but to what expense,
I think what are these people? Excuse me. The worst thing that could happen to a lot of content creators in the fandom menace is that people really like Disney going forward, or Star Wars,
Right.
because you're trying to sell hate all the time.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I think for, and that's, because there are certainly ones like that there, and I think that I've for the most part have been kind of, just interacting with more of the people who are a little more open minded, and I think that's one of the things that a lot of people that forget about them is, like, not everybody here feels the same. Not everybody that is part of the fandom menace feels the exact same, but it's just, I think what it is sometimes there's people with louder voices, that
Oh
are the
yeah.
ones being heard over it all, and it seems like that's what we get so much of anyway these days. Is everybody's got to be the louder voice, and and when it seems like when there's any discourse, it can't just be civil. It's like it's
Right.
got to it's everything's got to be so damn extreme.
I hate that on both sides, bro. And like if you liked The Last Jedi, I could give a fuck.
Right.
You know, like it doesn't bother me. I think it's terrible. Like I think it ruined it it didn't ruin Star Wars because nothing can ruin the relationship that I had with Star Wars as a kid. Episodes 1 through 6, the Clone Wars cartoon show, so much Star Wars, so much love, man. But it definitely fucked it up. But
Right, yeah, and that's the thing is like you can look at it and be like, okay, well, I just don't like these two movies here. I can still enjoy the rest of my shit and not have
yeah,
to shit on somebody else who does enjoy this new shit.
yeah, right. Like, hey, I liked Rogue One. Did you like Rogue One?
Yeah, yeah, I do like Rogue One. I like Rogue One. Now again, it's one of those ones. It's not the best movie in the world, but it's a good movie. I'd say
Yeah.
it's a good solid seven. For me, 7.5.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it was a good
yeah,
one.
dude, definitely. And it was higher when I watched it at the time. But it's like definitely I don't know, top 5 Star Wars. I mean, I got the first 3 Star Wars films, 4,
Hmm.
5, 6,
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith above it, and then it might be Rogue One. I don't know. After that, there's a lot of murkiness.
Yeah, that's true because especially when it comes to like the prequels, man. Because like I don't dislike the prequels. I mean, I really do like the prequels, but there's just things that go on in them. Like, yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know what creative decisions they were making there with some of this stuff. But hey, I've seen worse films,
yeah, like the Last Jedi, and
right?
but it's I say though the Clone Wars, the all the prequels got much better with the Clone Wars cartoon show.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't seen any of those TV shows or anything. And a lot of
Oh,
people are talking about them, and I think they're all on the streaming service now, or at least a
yeah,
couple of them.
dude, dude, Second Street. There's a lot of stuff that's overly childish, and my man Lethal Lightning, who is a purist, and he does not, I'm trying to change him on his strictish ways. He's like a monk. He's like a Star Wars monk. Uh, he, he hates Dave Filoni, and I like Dave Filoni, but anyways, the Clone Wars cartoon show, there is childish content, and there's full on 4 episodes, like 3 or 4 episodes in a row at times where it's stupid. But there is just great Star Wars movies that are in there, like 4 episode arcs with Darth Maul. Like Darth Maul fighting the Emperor and his Darth Maul and his brother. If you see Darth Maul and his brother fight the Emperor 2-on-1 in a battle, I mean, and it's dark. It's incredible.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Yeah, because like I said, everybody's been talking about it, and I'm like, yeah, maybe one of these days I'll do that. Especially now that I got the streaming service and it's right there, instead of having to go search for it somewhere else.
Yeah, right.
Right
uh,
on, man. Well,
Real quick, can I tell you just in 30 seconds? I got the ending. Do you mind if I spoil Star Wars for you?
no, go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Okay. So the Mandalorian, tell me you don't think it's going to happen like this, right? He got the baby, and now the baby's kind of got the Mandalorian's heart, right? He's pulling at the heartstrings. He helped him with the monster, right? So next, we're going to go, and he's going to try to find a Force-sensitive person to help, right? Or somebody knowledgeable with the Force, who I'm thinking might be Ahsoka or something, maybe Mace Windu. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the Emperor, the Empire, and even the guys on his side, they're all going to be against him. He's going to take the baby back to Nick Nolte, right?
Uh-huh.
Nick Nolte, Nick Nolte is,
Yeah,
right, in
yeah.
the show?
I have spoken.
I have spoken. That's going to be for like an episode or two. Then they're going to kill Nick Nolte and take the baby, and the Mandalorian's going to have to get the baby back.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good. And for in that first episode anyway, when he came upon the baby and that was his bounty, I'm sitting there like, man, I think, man, you're dealing in human trafficking at that point, and abduction.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
he had already murdered 5 Jawas.
right? And yeah, and just like it seems like they're just putting some of these things in there. They're just like man, like like things that we can theorize on and stuff like that. And man, I just I don't see how anybody can be upset about this.
Dude, this is it, bro. We're talking Star Wars that we're happy with, are passionate about.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you can't like this shit, then you're not a fucking fan.
Right.
You're just on your period.
Right. And the thing is too is like I've said, like the one thing is like I understand some people being wary of it, like I don't know if I want to give it a chance, like it was okay, like I understand that because of everything that's kind of happened with with these movies and just even like the studios and all of that kind of gobbledygoo. And what's funny is I hear people out there, like there's somebody on Twitter who's actually said something like oh, I'll like Disney again when they stop calling us all racist and misogynist and all that. And I'm did Disney reach out to you and call you that? Like,
Well, I can agree that they haven't done a good job doing PR.
yeah, no, like some of their people definitely, in some of their positions there, have, and obviously like Ryan Johnson has been out there and said some things, but it's like, like the same thing. I really kind of feel like even when it comes to like the Brie Larson thing is like, fuck this person and what they think. Can you just give me the fucking movie and shut up and let me watch that shit?
Yeah, bro. I mean, I did not hate Captain Marvel. It
Yeah.
was a decent film.
Yeah, and speaking like MCU films, like I think it's a pretty good movie. Now, I think for me in the ranking list, it's probably falls somewhere in the middle.
She
but
sucks, though. I think she sucks.
yeah, she's not like the greatest actress or anything. But I've never really seen her in anything else though, neither. But like that movie, like the movie has so many more wrong things in it besides Brie Larson.
Right. But I've seen worse Disney. I've seen worse Marvel films, and like, yeah, I don't like what she said, but I also don't like a lot of what Chris Evans has to say. So
right.
It's funny how I guess what because he was such a good Captain America. Obviously, that must be what the past is. But
right, well, it's
always
because he's America's ass.
I'm attracted to Brie Larson. Her little toes, those little piggies need to come home.
Right. Oh man, that's funny, man. Well, shit, man. I guess we'll go ahead and get ready to wrap it up here. Kermit, why don't you tell everybody where you're from and where they can find you and what you're going to be up to next?
Well, if you guys can go check out some of my last videos I've made, I just recently released a horror film that I made called The Hypnotized about a pimp named Milton who's a hypnotist. And he's a ginger. It's very good, and I love it. And check out my Nightmare on Frog Street, and just check out my channel if you can. I make horror stuff and comedy stuff, and I like to pride myself on the fact that I actually make real content.
Right. Excellent. Yeah, and that's true. And I've seen plenty of your videos, and yeah, you do like a really good job with those, like creatively just going through and like that Nightmare on Elm Street one, man. I'll never get over that one. That's one of the best videos I've seen in a while, man.
Thanks, dude.
But yeah, man. Thanks for being on tonight, man. Everybody, make sure that you go check out Kermit the Log's channel if you're not already. Subscribe to him. You should definitely do it, and make sure that you go out there tomorrow night. They will be doing the Ribbit and Bigot show, man. One of my absolute favorite, just like I said, has become part of my Saturday night ritual.
Thank you, Second Street.
Yeah, thank you. And like I
dude,
said, always a good time.
I hug you right now. I kiss you on that bald head.
Well.
No FOMO.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
that was nice.
You're allowed to do that in StreamYards.
But all right, man. Thank you so much for being here.
Can I just say real quick, Second Street?
Certainly.
I just so appreciate you having me on, and just chilling doing this thing. I've just been shooting the shit with my friend.
Yeah, man, it's great. Yeah, like I said, man. You and Snowdub, man, like I'm really fortunate to have come across you guys. You guys are absolutely great. Always a good time hanging out with good people who just like to have a good time. Something people forget about these days.
Yeah. More Coke, more poke.
Right. Hey, what's up, y'all? Myrtle here. Welcome back to the Trailer Park Reviews. Woo! All right, guys. Man, now I know y'all been missing me. I know. It's been quite a while since I've been here on the show. Yeah, I know, guys. I'm so sorry, man. I've just been having so much fun times, out there with my boys riding our hogs, man. Out here in Southern California, man. We get the good weathers out here all the times. So, I apologize, guys. You know, I've been absent for so much, man. Hell, I appreciate you guys even being here still and watching the channel. I sure know that other hack over here on the channel sure ain't keeping you here. You ever hear that guy over here talking about and stuff all the time? I don't even know what the hell that guy's talking about half the time. You know, he does these streams every single freaking morning. I'm sitting there, man. Like, what the fuck is this guy talking about, man? Speaking of which, man, y'all know I've been waiting to get this segment here on the Trailer Park Live for a whole long time, guys. Yeah, that's right. Them cancel vultures, they finally left us alone. Myrtle's still here. Vultures, where you at? Who's laughing now? You thought our station was gonna fold to you? We don't apologize to shit, man. We don't apologize to nobody. Oh, man, I'm sorry, guys. Hell, man, y'all know I'm just playing around, man. But, you know, you cancel vultures, man, y'all can suck it. Yeah, y'all pieces of shit trying to cancel my show. Now I got another show. I'm still standing. Who's standing now, huh? Yeah. Anyway, guys, you know, we got a whole lot of things we gotta get covered in this show today. Because, you know, guys, it's been quite a while since I've been here on the show. And, man, I'm here to bring you all some reviews. Today, we're gonna be talking about the Mandalorians, the Landamorians. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the Landamorians. We're gonna talk about some, God, what else we gotta talk about? We gotta talk about that Terminator Dark Fate, man. Y'all seen that Terminator Dark Fate? I don't even know what the hell's going on there with that Terminator Dark Fate, man. Y'all see that movie? I don't even talk to me about that review this motherfucker did on the channel here. That dude don't know shit about good movies. I'm telling you, man, I don't even know why that guy's still doing here, man. Ah, hell, man. Thank y'all so much for being here, man. Y'all just the greatest. Man, make sure you smash that like button. You know what you should do, too? Make sure you go down there in the links down in the description, send some monies. Yeah, send some monies in here, man. Send some monies in to Myrtle, man. Send some tips in. Because I got some tips for you. Yeah, especially you young ladies out there, man. Y'all know what I'm saying? You know, I got some games, man. Anyway, I know this dude over here, he went and did some review on Terminator. Woke fake. Come on, man, what's going on in here? You know, I don't even know what the hell this movie was supposed to be about. This movie was saying it was supposed to be a sequel of a sequel that's not even a sequel of these other sequels. And like, you know, you watch the beginning of the fucking movie, they fucking ruined the whole goddamn thing, man. Yeah, right at the beginning of the movie, they have this Terminator just walk up and John Connor's a bam, 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 bam. And I'm just like, hey man, what the hell is this all about? And next thing you know, we go down to Mexico, and all of a sudden we're, messing with some hot little chica. She's running through the streets and shit. She's acting like she's fucking Dora the Explorer. Yeah, I've seen that comparison. That's the one thing this guy in this fucking review said that even made any sense. You know what I'm saying? Oh, now what the hell is he talking about with this Dora the Explorer, man? This Terminator Dark Fate, man, this movie's nowhere near what Dora the Explorer is. Y'all seen Dora the Explorer, see Lost Gold? That movie's a goddamn classic, man. That movie done pulled some tears from my eyes. Y'all seen that movie? Don't be comparing Terminator Dark Fate to... Dark Fate, Dora the Explorer? No, man, I don't think so. I don't know what the hell that guy's talking about. That kind of upsets me, you know what I'm saying? Because you need to go watch that Dora the Explorer movie. That movie's like really down to earth, and it's really cute, you know what I'm saying? Like, that movie actually did make me shed a tear, man. That little girl played Dora, she's so adorable. That's probably how she got the role. They're like, oh, you know what? She's so adorable. Let's get her to be Dora. And they gave her the show. And that movie was actually pretty good. A whole lot better than this Terminator woke, broke, dope, joke shit. I don't know what the hell's going on over there. What was they thinking? Trying to make a sequel about a sequel? It's not a sequel to the sequels of the... What the hell are you guys doing over there, Tim Pool? I don't even know, man. I don't even know what the hell this movie is. Do you? I'll tell you, man, it was a fun movie, though. I mean, it wasn't too bad. Like, I don't know, man. Like, why y'all just try to make a reboot, a sequel? Why don't you just make a gosh damn reboot and just call it a reboot and try to say that it's part of the same universe and all that stuff? Didn't you see that shit didn't work for Avengers Endgame? Nobody likes that goddamn movie. Hell, I think that thing bombed at the box office. I don't even know what the hell they talking about, man. Oh, I don't know, man. I'm getting frustrated talking about that old shit, man. That Terminator Dark Fate my ass. Man, now, oh, man, okay, you know, we're going with some Mandalorian stuff here, too. But you know what? On October 30th, we're going to be having this channel's alive since one whole year. So in 2 weeks from now, it's going to be a whole year, man. Yeah, I know. And I know that on the 30th, on the 30th of October, they're going to be having like a live stream on a Saturday. Going to be a whole lot of things going on. They're going to have a live stream, have a whole bunch of friends coming up over here. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to be doing some giveaways. And, you know, we did a video about the giveaways, and to get entered into that giveaway, we're giving away this comic book or something, and to get entered into that, you gotta go to the comic book review or something like that and leave a comment in there about something about a password from Key to Sov and what he said to get into the Matrix or something. I don't know, man. There's supposed to be a video coming out about this, but this dude's been slacking on that shit. Hell, anyway, but oh, you know what else we're giving away there? We're giving away this copy. Yeah, we're giving away a copy of Hobbs and Shaw, man. Yeah, y'all seen that movie? Hobbs and Shaw got Dwayne Johnson in it, man. Yeah, and he kicks a whole bunch of ass in the movie. Now, I personally didn't watch any of Fast Furious movies ever since number 5, but you know what? I gotta tell you, man, this Hobbs and Shaw, man, it got me back on board 100%, boy. Woo! Yeah, man, that was an exciting movie, man. Y'all gotta watch Hobbs and Shaw, and that's why we're giving a copy of it away. And we're giving some other stuff away, so make sure you tune in, man. Make sure you find out how to get entered into them things. Anyway, the next thing I want to talk about, guys, have you guys seen this whole thing with the whole Disney, the Mandalorian thing, man, going on out there? Y'all seen that movie? Yeah, it's this new TV show or something going on, the Disney Plus or whatever. Who the hell called it Plus to Disney Plus? I don't know, man. But anyway, they got this show going on over there called the Mandalorians, and it has to do with Boba Fett. Yeah, they got like some sort of Boba Fett in there. He never takes off his helmet or nothing. Them Fetts never do that. They ain't no fetting around here, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so anyway, we kind of get introduced to him, and it kind of reminds me, like, you know, this first episode kind of reminds me like one of them spaghetti westerns over there with the one guy in it, John Wayne. Yeah, man, kind of remind me of one of them John Wayne flicks. And, you know, he's in there, he's a wild gunslinger, he goes in this little cantina place at the very beginning. He's like, hey, yo, man, I'm here to pick up somebody for a fucking bounty, man. I'm gonna take your ass in. Ain't nobody in here gonna do shit about it. He took his bounty and he went and he collected on that motherfucker, man. Yeah, man, woo! That's what I'm talking about. That's how you bounty hunt. Y'all should see, man. I know this guy, my cousin, he knows this guy that's, he does that for a livings. Yeah, he's a bounty hunter for a livings. Had big TV shows and stuff. Yeah, man. Pretty crazy stuff. So anyway, they go through there, and then he ends up getting this little showdown and everything. And, you know, I kind of felt like this first episode, it seemed to move a little too fast sometimes. And then at times it seemed to move a little too slow. And to me, I think they packed a little too much into the first show, but I don't know, man. It was a good first episode. I kind of liked it. And then they go off and they do this second episode. And this second episode, man, I think it took it up a notch. Like, it was okay, but you know what, man? I'm out there watching you, Disney. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing, John Favreau. You're trying to pull at my heartstrings, showing us that cute little baby Yoda. What do y'all do that for? We're still supposed to be mad. We're supposed to be mad about Bob Iger calling us a whole bunch of racists and bigots and a whole bunch of bad things. And then you're going, going to say, oh, you don't like The Last Jedi? You're a son of a bitch, motherfucker. Yeah, you're a fucking racist. And then you don't tug on our heartstrings with little baby Yoda. Baby Yoda made me want to cry. It's so damn cute. It's so cute. And the baby Yoda on there. And he lifted his little hand up. And he saved the dude with the force. I don't know, man. It was too cute. Now all of a sudden I forget the fact that you called me a fucking racist. I know, it's so cute. I know what you're doing, Disney. You're trying to pull me back in your little fandoms with your little fancy moves and your little cute babies. You know nobody can deny the babies. Oh no, man. I don't know about you all, but I think that was so unfair of them to do that to us, guys. How can you guys hate on that cute little baby? I don't know, man. All I know is I enjoyed it, but you know what? There's people out there that's mad because I enjoyed seeing that little baby Yoda. I don't get it, man. What's with these crazy people? Ah, hell, man. I don't know. I thought the shows was pretty good, man. And I'm willing to say that. Hell yeah, they was pretty good. I know I'm not down with that whole General Holdo, the only person in the fucking galaxy that seems to have a good hairdresser to get her hair dyed purples. But you know what? Hey, man, whatever. I was forgiven when you showed me that baby Yoda. It was just the cutest thing I ever seen. But anyway, guys, you know what? Like, I kind of like that show, man. I didn't pay for the service or nothing. I just came over here to the studio because we got for free in the studio. Yeah. And I just watched it here for free. I just, brought a couple friends with me. We had some beers and we had a good time. Called a couple ladies up to hang out with us. And we watched some Mandalorians today, man. It was pretty good. I suggest you guys check it out too, man. Don't be listening to all them hater schmaters out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody always saying something about something. Anyway, I think it's something y'all might have checked out. But anyway, guys, that's all I've got here for the Trailer Park Reviews today. Thank y'all so much for being here. Now, if you're not already, make sure you're subscribed and click that little bell. And you know what? Follow that link down in the descriptions and send us some money, man. Yeah, send us a couple donations or two. It's gonna send you a little chat across the screen. I guarantee you'll be happy about that, man. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you in the next video. Man, I've been waiting to get on this show for so goddamn long. I get a cuss, man. Woo! Oh, sorry, guys. Got a little too into it. Y'all have a good one. Later.
What's up, y'all? Woo, man. Oh, man, what a night, guys. Yeah, kind of switching things up a little bit here, on the show a little bit here on the Trailer Park Live, having fun, chatting with you all. You guys know, always, man, I enjoy being here with you guys, interacting in the chats. Like I say, tonight, man, we got Wookiee Supremacy, Random Brad Creates, Christy, I Am True Skills, Sith Lord, all you guys, LB, Derek Raju, all kinds of people, man, Perp Minded, man, a lot of the usual suspects in here, man. So, yeah, I mean, what'd you guys think about Kermit the Log, man? I'm sure some of you guys have probably heard of Kermit the Log before, probably enjoy his content, and, man, I don't know, dude. That's just one super fucking legit dude, man. Like, he's always down to have a good time. Anytime you go to his channel, like, he's always just having a good time, man. What do you guys think, man? What do you guys think about Kermit, man? We give Kermit a round of applause, man. You guys need to go check him out. So yeah, guys, man, it's been kind of a weird week, like there's just been so much going on out there, like we got this Disney Plus going on. I was over at hanging out with Lonely Banter on Tuesday, over on his channel. If you guys haven't checked him out, make sure you guys go check out Lonely Banter's channel, man. We went over there and kind of chatted up, talked about the Disney Plus service and all the different things on there and whether it was worth it or not. And because I feel like, and I haven't went out there and watched a whole lot of these videos, but some people out there, like I get it, there's just so many boo birds out there that everyone wants to talk something down. It's like, you know what, like, I get it. The service, it's not for everybody. You know what I mean? It's not for everybody, but I've got 3 kids, man, so, I was going to buy that shit. It's either that or they're going to come home and they're going to feel bullied because all their friends made fun of them because they don't have Disney Plus. I can't have my kids being made fun of. My kids know karate. They'll kick their asses. I'm just kidding, man. But, yeah, so how are you all doing tonight? Let's see. Kermit was cool. I subbed to his channel. Yeah, man, Sith Lord. Kermit the Log is really cool. You should also make sure, I know Snowdub was in here earlier, too. Snowdub Music and Entertainment. He's another absolutely great guy. I went, like I said, was saying earlier, went on their show, the Ribbit and Bigot Show. And it is an absolutely great time. They do the show, the live stream every Saturday. So you should probably check it out. It's usually, I think, it's either at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. depending on Central Time or Pacific Time. I'm sorry, 8 or 9 Pacific Time, and just check it out tomorrow, guys. Or you can even go check out any of their past episodes. Just type in Ribbit and Bigot Show. It's absolutely great stuff, man. Always a good time, hanging out with great people. And that's the one thing, that's why I like being here with you guys on Fridays during the Trailer Park Live, where we get to talk about, some of the stuff. And, we'll have some more guests and things on. And if there's anybody in particular that you guys would like to have me bring onto the show, let me know, man. I'd probably, I'd be happy to have anybody on here, And I think next week I'm going to see if LB, if he's not busy, maybe we can get the Lonely Banter on here next week. Come in and just talk and chat and, same kind of thing. We're going to talk and hang out and have a good time. Wookie Supreme says Kermit is the shiznit. Yes, he absolutely is. He absolutely is. I'm True Skill says I love it. I get to watch Spider-Man, X-Men from my childhood. Yeah, man, and that to me that's a huge thing. Like, what's funny is I was actually watching. I think I'm about 3 or 4 episodes in on the X-Men, and I remember watching that. I was a teenager already by that point, but. I was watching it. I'm like, man, like there's a bunch of like little things put in there that are like really cool. Like just kind of, I don't know, maybe it helps shape the way that I think about certain things out there in the world. There's just like little commentary things that my 13-year-old mind probably didn't completely understand, and like a kid wouldn't understand, like some of just like some of the like it's not even like political talk, but some of the like the things that they talk about. And then I remember seeing I didn't get I was kind of tuning out of the episode. I was making my kids lunch or dinner on the episode where Beast is sitting there in jail and Magneto goes to save him, and he's just sitting there like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just awaiting my trial, man. I'm all good to go. Magneto's like, what? Like this motherfucker went and left you behind? Like they just took off and left you sitting here locked up? Like what the hell is with that shit? And just some of those different things that are in there. Some of the I guess social commentary, things that are in there. Just funny stuff, and like stuff that I don't remember. Some of those things I don't remember seeing in there, like when I was a kid. Let's see, the Sith Lord says, waiting to hear those have been edited or episodes removed or trigger warned. Oh, yeah, you're talking about like some of the episodes and everything. Yeah, that's funny. That's another thing I heard about where, and I haven't watched any of those shows yet, where they're going through on there and putting like these trigger warnings for people. Like, hey, like when this movie was originally made, like, like, it was, just different times. I mean, it's just a movie, guys. Like, calm down. Like, are people like why are we gonna be upset about it? It's just how it was. I mean, sure. I mean, if you don't like it, just don't watch it. But they're people talking about there. Just like I've seen a lot of talk about that. There's a stupid little introduction before the movie's like, I don't know, man. Like, I guess it's because I grew up watching that kinds of stuff, and like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just used to it. Maybe back when I was growing up, maybe we had thicker skin. I don't know, man. I don't know, but it's been really good. Like I said this morning, I was even talking about. I got a chance to watch that Jeff Goldblum series as well. The one where he's the world according to Jeff Goldblum or something like that, and he went to the to do those sneaker things, and that was some like really cool shit. I'm like, man, I'm not really into the show, but it's Jeff Goldblum, and how could I not watch Jeff Goldblum go out and do a bunch of wacky things? And the cool thing about the episode was they showed like that where they went to that trade show where all them fools were like fucking ballers with like all kinds of money buying all these shoes and shit, and shoes are fucking expensive. You know what I mean? Like, even if you just go to buy a pair of piece of shit Nikes, like the lowest on the totem pole, like Nikes, them goddamn things are like probably $60 easily for the cheapest Nikes you want. And me, like, I'd like to get, like decent shoes. And what I usually do when I go out for shoes is I usually get a few pairs at a time and I just kind of rotate them, and I don't run or anything. So, but they say you should be, they say you should be replacing your footwear, about especially if you're running like every month, but every few months anyway. And I know most of us out there in the world probably don't take the kind of care of our feet that we need to. I mean, when was the last time you went and got a pedicure, got a foot massage, or even just got a massage altogether? When was the last time you went out and took care of yourself? These are things that like a lot of people out there don't do. Like I said, I ride bikes and stuff like that. I'm a cyclist, so even as a cyclist, knowing as aware as I am about some of these things I need to be doing, I still don't do them. You know what I mean? Like going out and getting massages regularly. Like right now, I can tell my back's out of alignment. I need to go see my chiropractor and things like that. But like take care of yourselves, guys. And I thought that's one of the things, like they were talking about in this. They went through this facility, and they were God was at the Adidas facility, and they were showing like all the technology and shit that went into making their shoes, and just like the different foot beds and everything in them. And that's like really important stuff that a lot of people don't think about when it comes to their footwear. But I know as a cyclist know that because I have these shoes that have like they've got these fiberglass soles on them, so they're like really stiff and everything, so you don't get hot spots in your feet. But like when you put on your shoe, if you got like the littlest wrinkle in your sock, oh man, by the time you're about 60 miles in pedaling on a ride, it can be absolutely nerve-wracking and annoying when some of that stuff happens. So yeah, I don't know. They've got a lot of cool content on there, but yeah, like I was saying earlier too, there's of course this, not all these services are for everybody. People are gonna have different opinions on them, and it really depends on what you like. But I think for a lot of us, anybody like somewhat around my age, we grew up on a lot of the things that are on there, and like you're like, oh cool man, let's go back and rewatch this. Hell, I don't know, man, but. Yeah, let's see. What else we got here? I'm True Skill says it was a beep cartoon. It was a beep cartoon. Let's see. Sith Lord says people are too sensitive and offended by anything and everything now. Yeah, man, and it is crazy. Like, can't like, guys, just loosen up, have a good time. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to laugh. Did people forget how to laugh these days? Oh man, I don't know, man. It's just. People are crazy, man. Dylan's comic book rants. What's up, my brother? How are you doing, Dylan? I'm gonna get a hold of you soon because I want to. Well, I want to help promote your channel. I'll get a hold of you and get you some information about it. Probably gonna, maybe we'll do a little collab or something here. Get you on the channel and get you featured. If you guys haven't, you can see Dylan comic book rants here in the chat. In case you guys don't know, if you're part of the comic book community out there, you read comic books, you're a comic book creator, like the YouTube community here for comic book creators is so fucking cool, man. Like most of these dudes are so just cool and accepting of everything, because like comic books are one of those kind of mediums that's open up to anybody. Like, what do you like? And because I don't like it doesn't mean that you won't like it. And even if we like the same comic book, you probably like it for different reasons than I do. Like I said, we're when me and Kermit the Log were talking even about the Mandalorian, he didn't really like the musical score and stuff that's going in on it, and me, I thought it was good. I think it's something a little bit of mix of the old with a little bit of the new, but he feels differently about that, and that's cool. You know what I mean? And the comic community is just like that. Like I haven't seen, like there's some of these channels that just do so much good content, talking with each other, and I want to bring that's another thing I want to do is bring on more do more videos with some of the other comic book content creators out there. And Dylan's comic book rants is a guy I want to bring here on the show. Let him do a video. Maybe we'll do a live stream if he's set up for that, so we can do something like that, because he's a pretty cool cat, man. He just started out. I'm not sure how long, if you're still here, Dylan, let me know. How long have you been doing YouTube, creating content? And like I said, he started out not too long ago, or at least I really started to notice him here when he was on the channel. And that's one of the things I've liked since I've been here on YouTube is finding some of these smaller channels and seeing how they grow, and going there and hanging out and checking out their videos and leaving feedback. Just things of how you feel about their opinions on the comic books, or things you can even do to help them improve. Like, hey man, like here you're beating around the bush too much, or you've probably seen some of those videos out there where somebody's going to talk about something, and then it takes like 6 minutes before they even get into because they got to start the show and be like, hey guys, I'm so and so, and you should like my channel, and you should do this, and you should do that, and they're talking their way around this whole thing before they even get to what the point of the video was. Like, man, you like all that? Just get into the video, man. But yeah, so something I also want to do. Sith Lord says, you get your nails did? No, I've never had my nails done. But when you get like pedicures and manicures, it's more than just that. Like they go through like push back the cuticles, and then like what I do for my living, what I do for my business, I go into a lot of salons and everything anyway. I go into like a lot of salons, barbershops, mechanic shops, real estate offices, mortgage offices, lending offices, all kinds of different places. But like kind of my bread and butter is salons. And believe me, I totally would. I mean, I'm not gonna get like nail polish and go and do all that stuff, but hey man, you got to take care of yourself. You need to take care of your body because it takes care of you. And believe me when I say, I mean, unless you sit on your butt all day in front of a computer, which some people might, hey, no problem with that. But you know, you need to take care of yourself, and you know, certainly going out there and getting a pedicure is something that would be good for you. And you know, take care of your feet, man. They take care of you. You should want to do that. You know, your body is a finely tuned machine, unless you know you stopped finely tuning it. So, yeah. Sith Lord says, personally didn't care for the score. Did just seem to fit or have that classic epic Star Wars music. Just didn't seem to fit. Yeah, and I can agree with that. You know, like for me, it's like it seems like it's a little bit of like they took elements of the classic and mixed new in with it to make it something new. Because I think it would be something a little bit more different, a little more not necessarily off-putting, but it would seem a little odd to have like the same kind of score, the same classic score in this newer, in these newer properties. You know, I mean, it would still feel a little bit weird. Like if they use like all the classical John Williams score stuff, I kind of feel like they're really taking cheap shots and low blows to try to bring people back in. Aside from just putting that goddamn gorgeous Yoda in there, man. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, man, come on. That little Yoda is so cute, man. I remember when we first seen it in the first episode, I'm like, oh, you sons of bitches, man. You sons of bitches are really going to put baby Yoda in here? Like, Yoda was, like, kind of irresistible in the first place as an old man. Now you're going to give us a little old man baby? Come on, man. That's playing it unfair. Let's see. I Am True Skill says, what inspired you to upload to YouTube? Were you nervous starting out? I wasn't nervous starting out. No. Like when I was growing up, I always wanted to be like an actor, a singer, or something like that. You know, just something kind of in, you know, like those performing arts. And no, I never did drama or anything when I was in high school. But like, no, I wasn't really nervous. I was just like, I guess I was eager. You know, I just wanted to. And how I started my channel off was I wanted to. I was watching a lot of like the leak videos, the plot theories and all that stuff, and or the plot leaks and all that stuff. And my first few videos, and you can go back and watch them. I haven't deleted them; they're there. My first few videos were stuff like that, you know, like little breaking news in the MCU kind of stuff, and just doing little videos like that. And then I was like, you know, I wanted to do more. I wanted to be a little bit more creative in some of my videos, and I need to bring back some more of that creativity in some of my videos. Because if you go back and watch like one of my videos that I did for when the Avengers Endgame trailer was released, I did this whole little intro to it, kind of mocking, making like basically like an homage to what was going on in that first trailer that we got for Avengers Endgame. Remember when Tony Stark was sitting there vlogging on his little Iron Man helmet? I did like an intro video that was just like that. It was pretty funny, and I just had fun doing it, just something creative. But then after that, like I was making content and I was just really growing into it. And like I'd go back and watch some of my first comic book review I did, which was the Spider-Geddon series. Like I watch it and it's cringe, man. I watch it, I'm like, ugh, this is so fucking terrible. Who wants to watch this shit? You know, but like I just kept rolling with it because I know like it's not gonna be good. You know, like you're gonna start off and it's not going to be the best. I mean, even with all the stuff that I had, all the things I had in my resources, you know, all the resources I had, like it just still wasn't up to the quality that I feel like I wanted it to be, but I was still putting it out there anyway. And that's kind of what you got to do. I mean, and the other thing is like we're always our own harshest critic, you know what I mean? So like, you know, I see something, I'm like, oh man, this shit sucks. Where somebody else is watching going, oh man, that's so great. Man, that's funny. And I'm sitting there like, it's not meant to be funny, man. Supposed to be entertaining and serious, but you're laughing your ass off at me. But you know that I mean that's what it was really was like. You know, it was just fun. But no, I can't say I was really nervous or anything. It was just I just got on here and wanted to have fun and you know and just be myself. That was that was the most important thing because you know watch all these videos and you know you can see people faking it and all that shit sometimes. You know and also you know you see some of the just some of the different things on there. I'm like, man, I just want to. I think like I started off doing certain kind of content, and then I just realized at some point I started doing live streams. Like I said, this is like, well, God, what I say is this the 42nd episode I've done of the Trailer Park Live. I've been doing this for like 42 weeks consecutive. The Trailer Park Live, guys. I think it was January 11th was my first edition of the Trailer Park Live. And believe me, when the first like shit, probably 2-3 months of the Trailer Park Live, nobody was watching my videos. Nobody was on those videos watching them. There was nobody on the live stream. But I went through on the live stream and pretended exactly like I was talking to you guys anyway. I still pretended like there was, a million people watching. Because the way I always look at it is at any point there could be a million people watching my video. At any one time even, who knows? Maybe, somebody goes back, here, maybe in, say next weekend, all of a sudden, like, for whatever reason, YouTube pushes that video into the algorithm, and next thing you get there's like 50 people watching the first Trailer Park Live I ever did. So I always try to take it like that and try to run my shows like that to where like I was saying, I was talking to Kermit the Log, but before we started, I always figured like, when I'm doing a show, like, I need to, like, if I was on network TV, would you switch away from my shit? Like, I need to keep the pace going. Need to constantly have something to talk about. There shouldn't be a whole bunch of dead spots when I'm doing my videos. You have a topic you want to talk to your audience, get their input, get into the live chats, and just chat with people, and do it like that. And I've gotten better at it, because when I first started off, I wasn't that great at it, but you start to grow into it. And I won't say I was ever nervous, because I'm not like a nervous person like that. Like public speaking, I don't have that fear of public speaking, at least not anymore. I'm sure at some point in my life I did, but I just did so many things throughout my life that it became something regular and something that I actually want to do. And if you're somewhat new here, and I believe you are, Sith Lord, one of the things I've talked about several times here on my channel, quite a bit, is I worked at the world's largest big box retailer for years, and I was in a leadership position. And something I kind of miss even to this day is being just like being in front of people and helping like set a good example, and just like doing my thing. You know what I mean? Like, I miss being in that position. And so I've actually talked about some of that stuff here on the channel. Like, if you at your job are, in a position where you're in a leadership role, or maybe you're one of the people that's at your job, and you're just like one of the regular employees there, or what would have been to me an associate, and you want to move up, that ladder, get a promotion at work, or do, these different kinds of things. There's certain things you got to do to be successful at it. For one, you got to have good mentors. You got to have good leadership there. And when you start going into those kinds of things, you've got to develop leadership skills, and a lot of that comes with getting out there and being able to communicate with people, and also being able to understand people. And I think that's one of the things, I don't know, maybe I'm full of shit, but I feel like that's one of the things that I do good here on the channel is like, you can see in my comic book reviews, even in my movie reviews and stuff, all that, you see all the people out there with, like they're hating on this or hating on that. And, like I get, people out there have agendas and all that. And believe me, people on YouTube have fucking agendas too. But like, I try to just remain open about a lot of things, because when I was in that leadership position, my job was to manage personalities. And believe me when I say that, I worked with a lot of people and dealt with a lot of people that I didn't like. But you know what? I needed them to come into work, be productive workers. So I had to get along with them. I had to communicate with them and do these different kinds of things. And that's not easy for everybody to do. And it takes a certain level of understanding and definitely tolerance. And that's something I think a lot of people are missing these days when it comes to these kinds of things, especially, just like we were talking about earlier, some of these fucking weirdos out there in the world, they just don't want to tolerate anybody else having different opinions, different thoughts, different views, or just anything, you know what I mean? And that's not the world we live in. And pretty much, and that's the funny thing, is because we see that on online culture. When you go out there in the world, you don't see most of these intolerable, insufferable people. Maybe some insufferable people, but for the most part, you don't see these people. They only live behind computers and keyboards. So yeah, and it's just something I miss, in that in doing those kinds of things is, so be a better person. We all need to be better people than we have been in the past. That's part of the reason I got this tattoo on my hand, mathematical symbol for greater than. And it's not to remind me of, that I think I'm better than anybody, but certainly there's plenty of people that I am better than out there. You know what I mean? And like, I mean like better YouTube content creator. I mean just like a better person. But because like when I was originally thinking about this tattoo, I almost got an equal symbol, like equality, because we're all equal, right? But that's absolutely false. We're not all equal. Nobody out there in the world is equal. There are people who are on various different levels of of understanding, of being humans, of just different things. Like none of us are equal. You know what I mean? Like it's an absolute bullshit thing to think that people are equal and that we're all equal and all of that fucking hippity like hippie bullshit. Like it's just not true. We're not equal. None of us are equal. We all have strengths. We all have weaknesses. That's what makes us human. That's what makes us unique. And the thing is most times we've got to find what it is about ourselves that is that uniqueness, that what is this that's different about what do we have to offer that's different from the guy standing next to us or the other guy, you know what I mean? And that's something that plays even here on YouTube, like what sets you apart from the guy, from even your buddy that you're YouTube buddies with, or somebody else you don't like on YouTube that you make similar content. What sets you different from them? Or somebody else who's really good at doing movie reviews, like say, God, what's that guy? Sean Chandler. You guys ever follow him? He's a pretty good movie reviewer. But like, if you're going to be a movie reviewer, you got to go on, and even if you like him and you kind of model yourself after him, you still got to do something different. You know what I mean? Like, and ultimately that comes from being yourself, So, yeah, man, I don't know, and again, to me, it comes down to you can like I get a good feel for people, just through watching their videos, even just through watching their videos, I get a good feel for people how they are. Like I've got a pretty good bullshit radar when it comes to a lot of things, you know what I mean, and not everybody has that. You know what I mean? And that's why there's different, that's why you might have a supervisor at work, that's where they are because they're good at reading people and understanding people and communicating with people. And then again, you probably have the one who's a complete asshole and a complete cocksucker and you don't know why he got in his position. And it's probably because he went to school and got hired right in at his position at the job. And he knows theory-based things, not reality-based things. You know what I mean? So there's just so many different things out there. But again, even that manager who don't know how to manage people necessarily isn't good at that, just went to school and those are theories, doesn't mean they don't have something to offer. It's just us finding what it is that we have to offer to give to people and and offer people. And I think if you're starting a channel, you're starting to make content, that's one thing that I have I try to keep in mind especially when I'm sitting down doing like my comic book reviews, or like I've got one that I'm getting ready to work on hopefully this weekend that I want to do. Like, what value is the video that I'm doing adding to somebody? What is it adding to their experience? Is it adding to their, maybe you don't like something? Can I add a certain point or a certain argument or make you think about something that may make you think, may change your perspective a little bit? Like, yeah, okay, I'll give him that. They got a good point there. You know what I mean? Think about those kinds of things. And like I was talking with Kermit earlier, that's one of the reasons, like, I don't do like a lot of that clickbait stuff out there where everybody's out there doing, like, we're talking about, the Mandalorian just came out on Disney Plus, and like I wake up the next morning, dude. I woke up at 4:30 that fucking morning to watch The Mandalorian, and I got alerts on my YouTube channel, and dude, I'm telling you, I shit you not, there's probably like 5+ Mandalorian reviews and everything that dropped like that second that it came out. Like Disney Plus dropped, they downloaded, they watched it, and they got the video out. You got to be the first one to get the video out, but there's so like, and that's cool. I'm not knocking that. But like, there's so many people out there that I know make those same kind of content that do more Star Wars based content. It's pointless for me to do a Mandalorian review or reaction video like right off the bat because everybody else is doing it. You know what I mean? And plus, I'm not in the YouTube algorithm where YouTube is pushing me for Star Wars content. At least not that I know of. because I mostly talk a lot about comic books and movies here on the channel, while I don't necessarily always clickbait everything as, Star Wars necessarily or anything like that. There's so many people out there that are ahead of me in that line, so I try not to do that. I'll wait and I'll come up with something unique to say about it rather than just, hey, here's my review. I thought it was good. Hey, just kind of like what everyone else is doing, like. And you got to find that certain unique thing that you have out there, and we've all got it. We've all got it. So let's see who else we got here. Christy Biden Touch, what's up, my brother? How you doing? Or at least I think you're a brother. Did I just assume your gender? My bad. Tommy, what's up, my brother? How you doing? And I know he's a brother. I know he's a brother. Oh man, it just skipped on me. Let's see here. Tommy says something kind of funny watching two people out by a campfire up at the same time. Oh man, I must have missed something here. Tommy says, I'm True Skills, not too much, just giggling myself. How are you? All right. I'm True Skills says, Tommy, I'm good, just working on my channel. Yeah, man. Yeah, take your time and, really think things out. And, one of the things I found for me when I first started doing like the videos before I started going a little more off script was I would write a script for, like, if I was doing a movie review or doing a comic book review, I would write a script and then I would sit there and rehearse it and rehearse it and rehearse it several times, so then I could try to get it all in one shot on the video. I don't have to do a whole bunch of editing and all that stuff, just because I feel it resonates a little bit better without having all the cuts and all of those kinds of things. And just doing those kinds of things. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see here. Everybody's still saying what's up. Biden Touch says equal in some ways, but not in all for sure. Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, we're all equal in the fact that, we're all humans. We all bleed red. For the most part, I think a lot of people do their best to be good people and things like that. But yeah, I mean, certainly, like, if we could all be equal, like I would, I would have a physique like The Rock and the brains of, fucking Stephen Hawking. You know what I mean? Like. If I had my choice, But I mean, hey, at least I got looks, right? You know what I'm saying? At least I got some looks. Oh, man. Wookie Supremacy says there's some real fucking doorstops out there. That's funny, man. That's funny. Let's see. Tommy says, Lord, at Sith Lord, winding down after annihilating my guests. Oh no, what did I miss? Biden Touch says, Tommy, your two friends equal in vomit tonight. Oh no, man, what did I miss? What did I miss? I missed something, man. I must have missed something good. You guys are here talking about something, man. But let's see. LB went live at like 2 or 3. Yeah, right. And he's one of those people, like, he's got a unique take and outlook when it comes to those kinds of things. And plus at that time in the morning, live streaming, like, there probably wasn't a whole lot of people. And he had a whole lot of people in there talking about it. Like, he was on it. And like I said, me, man, I got kids and stuff. I got shit to do. But yeah, I did actually got into LB's live stream and got to check some of that out. Definitely. Let's see who else we got in here. Random Bread Create says, yes, Christy did. Oh, okay. Talking. Oh, all right. Let's see. Tito's Worlds, what's up? How are you all doing today? Let's see. I'm True Skills says, is that a real wall or green screen? Oh no, that's a real wall. It's real. Real wall, man. Just a whole bunch of posters on it, just a whole bunch of nerdy stuff. What's funny is I have done some green screen stuff, some green screen videos, and I know one of the comic book YouTubers here, Perry, over at Perry Comics. He actually one time, like, I think on one of my videos, he thought I was using green screen when I was in my comic book store, and he was like, hey man, that's a pretty good video, you did some good chroma key on there, like, it looks like you're really actually in the comic book store. And I told him, like, no dude, like, I really am, I was really shooting in the comic book store. But yeah, so I've thought about doing that too one of these days, is using like some of the shots I have from the comic book store and doing green screen with it to do one of my comic book videos to see if people notice, which I think most people would. Only because, like, for one, you gotta be really good with your lighting and everything, but also, like, you can almost also tell, like, by, like, the way the shelves are heightened and everything, like, you gotta get everything worked out right. So, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, no, that's all real posters, man. All real posters. Let's see, Random Bread Creates says, your last stream was funny. I'm the early AM, Christy. Oh, okay. All right, you're up early. Tommy says, at Second Street Marvel, my guest wanted to hang out and drink, so I fixed him. Fixed him good. They're all passed. Oh, okay. You got guests at your house and you got them all drunk. That's funny, man. That's funny. LB says, I thought you was done. What? Oh yeah. Oh, from the Myrtle thing, right? Yeah. No, that was just like a little video I tossed in there. He said you roofied your guest, Tommy. That's funny. But lightweights, yeah, man. I'm telling you, you know what? Like some of the shit that I drink nowadays, like motherfuckers be lightweights. Because I drink this. I don't drink much anymore, but when I do, I get this beer from this local brewery called Bravery Brewing, and they really cool little local brewery here. Actually, one of the co-owners is Arlie Ermy. You know, before he passed away, it would be his family now. But Arlie Ermy, who played the gunny, the drill sergeant, in Full Metal Jacket, he's actually one of the co-owners of it. And but I go there and they have this brew there called the Old Rat, and it's a dark beer, and that shit, it's like 9.9% alcohol. Dude, it's fucking, dude, one glass of that shit knocks a lot of people on their ass. Like, I got one of my friends, he drinks a lot. He comes over, he's like, dude, I can't drink that shit, man. Because the last time he did on my birthday, man, dude, we had to carry him out to the car, dude. He was in the bathroom trying to go piss, dude. He fell into the bathtub, dude. He was all, dude, he was so shitty. It was a good time, though, man. It was really great. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for being here tonight. I greatly appreciate it. Like I said, I've got some more videos I want to get shot this weekend. Maybe I'll see if, I don't know, maybe I'll see if I'm going to do a live stream. I generally take the weekends off to, spend more time with my family and my wife and everything. But, like I said, in 2 weeks, guys, I'm going to be doing probably a marathon stream in 2 weeks on Saturday on November 30th. It will be my 1 year anniversary in 2 weeks from today. I'm going to be doing some giveaways and stuff for that. I'm going to be doing a video here. Will hopefully be dropping by the end of the weekend. I've been meaning to do it. Like, I've dropped hints of it in other videos, but on how to get entered into some of the giveaways that I'm going to be doing. Like I said, I'm going to be giving away a copy of Neon Future Volume 1. This is a trade paperback. And for any of these giveaways, you got to be a U.S. resident, shipping and all that kinds of stuff. It costs a lot. So, but you got to be a U.S. citizen. But I'm going to be giving away a copy of Neon Future Volume 1, as well as some issue number 1s of Neon Future. And this is actually my favorite comic book of the year. So I'll be doing that in 2 weeks. You'll have 2 weeks to get entered into that contest. But like I said, I'm going to be giving away Neon Future Volume 1, as well as some Neon Future Issue 1s. I'm also going to be giving away probably I got some movies as well. Going to have some Hobbs and Shaw to give away. Probably some other things as well. So, I hope you guys will be here for that. Going to see if I can bring some different people on for the live stream as well. So just some different guests, kind of like we were doing tonight. Going to reach out to some different people and see if they'll submit some videos for that live stream as well that I want to put on there. Maybe like do some roasts and things like that as well. Just fun stuff. And believe me, if I reach out to you for you guys to submit a video for my 1 year anniversary, and I ask you guys to do like a congratulations and a roast, when I want you to roast me, I'm telling you, I want you to be harsh as fuck. Okay, I mean, I want you to come at me and be offensive to me. Be offensive to me. Because I'm waiting, because I know one of the people is already I know he's all into it, is Fatal J. I asked him to submit me a video, like a congratulations and to roast me. And I can guarantee you, Fatal J, he's not gonna be pulling his punches, man. He's gonna bring that shit, and that's what I want. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna reach out to some different people and just have some different creators come on during the live stream. Will come on, but I also want to get like a little reel together of people just out there doing one of those kind of roast things. You know what I'm saying? It should be a good time, and that will be in 2 weeks. Not 2 weeks from today. 2 weeks from today is actually my anniversary, but it will be on the following Saturday. So we all have time to get some rest in and get well rested and be ready for that and have a good time on November 30th. But that's all I have for tonight, folks. Thank you all so much for tuning into the Second Street Marvel. And if you haven't already, subscribe and the little bell and all that shit, helps push me in the YouTube algorithm. That you guys, if you're here, you guys have been so fucking awesome and being supportive of me and the channel here. I do greatly appreciate it. Don't forget, there's also those links down in the description if you want to become a Patreon supporter, or if you just want to send a one-time tip, a donation through Streamlabs, you could certainly do that. It would be greatly appreciated. And yeah, like if you want to, you see like right there, it's got that one right there that played there in the corner. That was one that Curtis Wisey sent in a while back. Just yeah, you can see it'll do that for you. If you send in like one of those little chats and stuff, it's like woohoo! Look at me, I'm supporting the channel with some donations. But yeah, and see like ooh, let's see, we can even get that one too. Ooh, Jeremiah Johnson, yeah, see that? Yeah, and those were just some donations that people had sent in before. Those didn't just come through, but again, thanks to Curtis Wisey, who sent that in a couple of weeks ago. I do appreciate that. But yeah, the links are down there, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning into the Second Street Marvel. If you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe, click the little bell, send some money my way if you'd like to. I appreciate it. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you for being here. Make sure you share this video with a friend, and we'll see you all in the next video. Later.